Okay, say it, say it, say it, say it.
Hey, chat. How's it going? I'm just here.
Hey,
I'm Pat.
chat.
Hey.
You you just completely change it up instead of cooked. Hey, chat. Am I raped?
Hey, chat. Am I deep fried? Hey, chat. Am I air fried? Hey, chat. Chat. Hey, chat.
Hey,
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 chat.
chat. Chat.
Can they hear me? Chat. Hey, chat.
Hey, chat.
Where the
Am I
fuck is
bone?
everybody immediately?
Am God damn it! God damn it! We're cooked. Chat. We're definitely cooked. They're not here. 30 seconds
I
in.
don't even know what to ask. Oh,
How you
man.
doing today, buddy?
Hey, Chad, I'm Pat. I'm here to. Oh, there you are. Took you long enough. Oh,
Oh,
that Slav got you
oh,
today, motherfucker.
oh, Slav first in chat today. We're denying the Holocaust just to
All right,
celebrate.
Slav's rules today. Only hard R's.
Dunbar,
Let's see how lost we can last.
Dunbar first in his name, second in the chat. Real sad to
Damn,
see. Really
damn,
sad to see what you've become.
real mess.
Uh, Unreal fall off. That was crazy. So high for so long, but now just a shell of who he once was.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of people don't think he's got it anymore.
No,
Uh,
no,
but I do. I would
I
never.
don't.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh wait,
never.
no. Oh wait, are we talking about Slav or Val? Slav or Dunbar?
Dunbar. I never believed in him. This is just obvious to me at this point.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the new number one.
Yeah, man. Sorry we're late. I was trying to edit up 2 clips I meant to do yesterday from yesterday's stream. And dude, please watch the clip where we talk about Timothy Chalamet because your reaction of just being so fed up, like not even like
I'm tired of it. I
it
hate
was.
actors.
Well, it was so funny too because there. I think no matter no matter what we do on here, there is a degree. Like if I hit you with a topic, this is why you're such a good podcaster, Pat. Because if like in real life, if I hit you with a topic you didn't really give a shit about, you'd probably just go like, huh. But obviously,
Yeah, I go weird.
and
I
and
don't.
some people I work with just forget that there's cameras and microphones in their face. And they go like, "Oh, is this a podcast for an hour? Maybe I should give some."
Yeah. Do you wait a minute? Do you mean like they go like, yeah? Remember when you said that you were a raging pedophile? And be like, I never said that.
I never said that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Oh, right.
oh, you remember when you did that thing? Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, even that, yeah.
Yeah,
You
dude.
gotta.
I obviously we're talking about Nate and Lemaire. Can I actually tell you the one time they made me the most furious with that shit?
Yeah, what's up?
Dude, I don't remember it was some movie with Ben Affleck and a girl, and I randomly found the trailer, and the trailer is literally the Ben Affleck fingering the girl in a public park. Like the
Oh, hell yeah.
trailer, you don't see fingering in a movie
Yeah.
ever. The trailer for the movie is a girl getting fingered. And I played it on the pod one time. This is when we were still at Nate's apartment in Jersey. I played it on the pod, and I was just like, I'm watching it, and I'm doing this. I'm like, huh,
Right. Right.
huh,
Huh?
huh, dude. And I swear to God, I may not be quoting this 100%, but go back and find the episode. Nate literally goes like, "What, man? Sometimes you finger a girl in the park." They had nothing. They had absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah.
I go like, well, you know what? Lemaire better be crazy every week because I'm never bringing anything to the pod now.
Nothing more will be attempted by me. Don't worry.
You guys better hope Lemaire did something insane every week till we fucking die. Because I'm not trying anymore.
Yeah, I'm not going to be the content head anymore. No, I think it's fair to say like no matter what, if I think that more comes with what were we saying about about being like a fan of radio and shit
Yeah.
or podcasting to me when people do podcasts but they say like they come back from an ad read and they go welcome back and it's like guys like we start and stop this or like if you're if you're just joining us like shut up
brother.
That's what I love about the live broadcast of it. Of like, that's where that stuff works. You still got the same like muscle memory. You're still doing the same things, but this is not the medium for that. So like,
Dude,
think
I don't
people just
believe.
misunderstood or misunderstood it.
Sorry, my fault. I don't believe an ad read unless I hear in their voices that they kind of hate themselves a little bit. Because that's the like. Well, there are some products that you like genuinely fucking love, but even the ones you genuinely fucking love, it's still hard to not feel like a whore while
When
you're
they're like,
reading.
we don't trust you to say how much you love it. Say these words, and you're like,
Yeah.
right.
Because it's like genuine. Because like I'm being funny, but like genuinely, I'm thinking about the ads we have for panties. I love making money off of my decisions. Genuinely, it makes it, when you're able to profit off your decisions, it makes watching a sports game much more fun.
Because you
for
make
whatever,
it every day.
well, whatever league for whatever team in cities.
But like when they have to navigate laws to write the script, it's not fun. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's like it's the same equivalent as like, aside from Pluto, going to watch a censored movie on a streaming thing.
Yeah.
Or on broadcast television or something like that, where they're just like, you bunch of stupid snakes. You're just like, what? What did he actually say? Did he call them stupid snakes?
although I will say, we just got out of Taron Vember or whatever the fuck.
Quentin Tarantino.
Brother, if they re-release the cable edited version
of Django,
dude, bro, I remember watching. I wish I remembered specific like lines from it, but dude, I remember watching the edited version of Pulp Fiction. It's fucking hilarious because a lot of time, because that was a different thing back in the day. Like they would make the movie knowing like, oh, this is gonna have to be played on cable, and technically on cable you can show whatever you want. I think there might be a requirement for like time of day, but like you can actually show whatever you want. It's just, a lot of times people don't have the balls to be like FX and get ads from local car dealerships and shit like that, and then just show whatever they want. Most people don't have those balls, so they're going to get their advertisers pulled and shit like that. That's the only reason they don't show unedited shit on cable. But either way, they were going to show they were like, oh, we have to make a version of this that's safe for cable. So they would just do alternate takes all the time, and then you would get them and you'd be like, oh, this makes no fucking sense, but it's actually a really fun time.
Yeah. I think in general, like, it's like they don't have, because I was just watching the latest episode of that Dairy Show, and again, the violence is at 117, but the social relevance is at -40. Like, because it's like they go into that black speakeasy to burn a bunch of human beings alive, and they find a white lady at the Black People's Club, and then he looks at her, he goes, "Stacy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself." And I go, oh, whoa, whoa! It's so biting. It's just like it's like, if you're gonna have Django on TNT, then maybe TNT is gonna have to be a little different, because otherwise, like the scene I'm thinking of specifically is when Django gets to Candyland, and then and Samuel L. Jackson comes out. I'd love to hear that exchange. I'd love to hear the exchange between Django and Samuel L. Jackson about whether or not he should either sleep in the big house or ride a horse. And I would love to hear that exchange on TBS one day, right after a Scrubs fucking rerun or whatever.
You're being a little sassy about it. I would love that. Why not?
I want to see what they do with it. I literally, that's the challenge. If you either can make it entertaining or fun, I'm game. But it's also like one of those things of like, good luck.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's all fucking wacky. I'm sorry. I was trying to look up the some of the show notes you sent me a little bit ago, seeing if there was other stuff
I thought
that you sent me that you wanted to talk about. Because I remember yesterday I had so many. It's funny. I had so many topics. And then you were like, hey, is it any of them I said? And I go, who are you? Who are you? What are you talking about? Who are you?
I'm trying to think if I sent anything that I think most of it's personal, but I know there's a couple things that I sent you that also would be good for the show. But I know, but also the pre-pro list also would work.
Oh yeah, either or. I know. Well, actually, this one. Did you get a Baja Blast pie? Because I remember we talked about it a while ago, and I see in here it says Baja Blast pie update. Is there any updates on the pie?
Andy, I figured out who is that neighbor on that nag. That's a good one. Yeah, Dunbar would work. Dunbar, do you do censoring for TBS?
Yeah.
I said, who is that neighbor on that nag? You gotta say it like Sam Jackson. But no, I looked up and I found, I think successfully, a recipe to make Baja Blast pie.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I was gonna try it possibly. It was a little too soon to try it for. I like baking. I like because baking don't lie. You go, it's like cooking. You add your own little flavor and stuff like that. But I like a nice. This is what you do, and then at the end of it, it's gonna do this. And then for the most part, it is. With this pie, there's like a. I never thought I would read baking instructions that said reduce Mountain Dew down to a paste. Like you have to like cook a lot of the moisture out of it to kind of do it, but it's basically just like,
so it just flat out says pour Mountain Dew in it, right?
It's kind of, yeah, it's like you have to like mess with it a bit, like the chemical bit of it. Yeah. I don't know if I can make that many. Oh.
Shout out baking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. I think that's the autists. Like I used to think bakers were such pieces of shit just because like I'm like
why?
Because
what did they do to you?
The profession is just basically you just have a bunch of time on your hands. You know what I mean?
Dude, can I tell you something?
What?
The way you're able to minimize anyone's abilities is so funny. Like I was thinking,
dancers, you know why they're so special? You know what they're doing? They're just stopping a lot. They're stopping really fast a lot. That's what's so amazing about it. Woo. Woo!
It's every single one is just not accurate, but it feels biting in the moment. Like the one I've been laughing about because I'm watching Welcome to Derry, you're watching it, I'm enjoying it, but I'm always like,
where are the N-words?
Yeah. And I go, Pat's right. And now I watch every movie. I pulled up Paddington Bear. I go, why aren't they saying the N-word?
It's what year is it? They would not be accepting that bear.
No, the one you said was, you were like, because you just immediately go, so there's no deeper meaning behind it, obviously. Like that's assumed. That's just assumed. There's not
obviously,
one.
This is it.
And you're like, so what? It's just what? An alien came and it scares the people, and it's just like, you did this. You went, and that's it?
Well, that's what he goes.
Yeah, he goes.
Every episode, he just goes. It's bone cracking noises. Because I also watch it with the
cracking?
not bone crushing noises, bone cracking noises. Sorry, just to make sure we don't have another bone crusher repeat. But it's like it's just literally just because we watch with subtitles. So then I'm just like bones cracking, ominous music, and I'm just like, ooh.
But anyway, I apologize.
Yeah.
It's just I've been realizing that you have this uncanny ability to absolutely minimize anyone's effort
to the base level of You're just bakers are just people with a lot of time on their hands.
And it's the confidence in your voice where you're like, "Damn, is baking bullshit?"
It's literally because, dude, you make all this dough and then they're like, "Let it rest." I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's fucking dough." Like they're like, it's gotta rise, and it's just like, so I have to just let it sit in a bowl for hours and then come back and hope it's bigger now. What the fuck? Just tell me how to make it bigger.
Well, no, that's the thing about baking is like there's a lot of cooking that you can kind of like expedite the process and it's still gonna be like okay.
Yeah,
it's like people always joke even the shittiest slice of pizza is still like a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
But like baking's a thing where it's like, no, you have to do this or else you do not get this croissant.
Yeah, exactly. Like layer or lamination, or I tried baklava, dude. I almost fucking killed myself.
Bro,
It was
dude,
nuts.
but I gotta tell you, not that I've never done like baking, but I used to work at had the joke about it, Boston's Gourmet Pizza. I would make the dough in the morning sometimes, and like, dude, the variables in it are a headache. But when you start to get the hang of it, you do feel like the second you start to get the hang of it, you feel like there's gonna be
you fucking idiots.
no, dude.
Oh.
No, legitimately, you start to feel like there's music in the background, like there's a violin playing, and now you're like, oh, it's like a symphony and a work of art I put together just to make this pepperoni pizza.
It's just like,
yeah.
I think it's a thing. Yeah, dude. Baklava made me stop baking. Dude,
well, here, real quick on the like when you're making dough for, and I think this applies to like bread too, where you have to know what temperature your room is, and then you have to make the water you add to it a certain temp, and then just yeast feels weird in your fingers, so that's not fun.
It's a live thing. It's like one of those things. You've always heard yeast as an infection or a bad thing, like it's something that ruins pussies, and you're like, no, this makes bread great but ruins pussies. And I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. And you know what,
someone just brings up all the yeast and they're like, wait, who's fucking the bread?
Wait, where's the pussies at?
Stop fucking all the bread. Why is there so much yeast?
Wait, is bread just pussies? What's going on?
What's going on?
Now, if I just did that, if I was just like, bread's just pussies, that's too much minimalist.
You're like,
I do have to explain that.
You're like, I knew I wasn't eating Hot Pockets wrong. Every time I'm just like, ham and cheese.
I eat my Hot Pockets from the back, baby. No, hold on. We got a cat development here. We got a kitty cat. I also have a new cat hard cam. Hopefully we get to use it today. A whole new shot. But this is a little.
Oh, literally like a second cam?
Oh no. Well, just another shot. Another angle. A new cat perspective. But I just figured out while we're talking about this, I think in the only sense of the word you could ever say, Pat is like Mark Wahlberg. It's from the movie The Other Guys. Like, I will minimize someone's accomplishments, then try to learn them to make them seem inadequate. So just be like, So what I had the thought of, like, bakers are just fucking losers with a bunch of time on their hands. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I got some time on my hands. Let me show these dickheads what's up. And it's super easy, but it's also like one of those things of everything has to be perfect. There is no wiggle room. You have to do it exactly by the recipe. So now I learn things like where like banana bread kind of became my specialty for a while. I love bananas, obviously. Yeah. So, but this Baja Blast pie seems pretty doable, but it also seems like it's just kind of exposing all of the shit that's in it. You got to burn off all the shit that you're not supposed to eat that's meant to drink, and then you're just left with all the eating chemicals. And then you mix that into some like pudding mix essentially, and then pour it into a pie. It's pretty easy, but it just seems.
I apologize.
Seem like baking. It seems more like chemistry.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if baking's. I don't think you need to be a goddamn expert, but I do appreciate. I think it's also like sorry, I'm trying to remember which one baklava is. Oh yeah,
it's like a layered dough. There's like a pistachio walnut thing. It's like, so the phyllo dough that you use or whatever, you have to like make it super duper duper thin, and you have to make layers, and then you have to like layer. It's like
look at you being like baking's bullshit, and then just sounding like a fucking baker.
Brother, Greek bakers, they put an end to my baking. Greek bakers make it way too hard, but it does taste delicious. It's just a thing that it's like a sweet little lasagna pie.
Yeah,
it's like that. Like there's like a mixture in there that you put in between, but that's like essentially see all those layers like that. That's each like a layer of dough that you're supposed to lay down.
And I've No, I know. Yeah, I've had bullshit
That's a
baklava
peacock. You
too.
gotta let him fly. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's from the other guys. Like one of those things of like I learned how to dance so I could show all those gay guys how stupid they were.
Yeah. And then you realize you're like, oh, this is beautiful for its own unique reasons.
Yeah. I learned to actually appreciate the art. Like I said, Greek bakers make it crazy hard and very specific. So like it's like where you could go, if you don't have this, you can use this, kind of thing, where they're like, no, it's these things. If you don't have these things, you're not making the shit.
Dude,
So
I
kinda-
think
I got
I
over it.
think when it comes to complicated recipes, I think Asian people figured out a foolproof way to make it so they'll always stay in business with their restaurants. Because like,
Same
have,
ingredients for everything.
no, well, no, dude. Like, have you ever looked up like the process to make like authentic pho or something like that?
Yeah,
Like,
we've done it a couple times.
but like the right way, because like I've
You
looked up
boil
like
chicken bones for like 3 hours and shit like that.
yeah, so
Mhm.
I've looked up ways where it's like, you have to do this for like 3 days and you have to do that and blah blah blah. And it's just like, oh, I'm like, oh, that's how there will always be Asian restaurants in business, because all of them, to do it the like quote unquote authentic way, it's a whole fucking process. Like you need a day and you need a bunch of shit hanging around the house that you don't normally have. That's the other
Yeah.
part of it. Every time I've ever looked up how to make like an
I
Asian
don't have that.
no, legitimately, every
Yeah.
time I've looked up a recipe for like an authentic Asian recipe, I am guaranteed to not have minimum 80% of the list. And
I-
but like then the alternative, that's why there's so many, like, not that obviously Mexican places are popular, but also, it's why Taco Tuesday is so popular, because it's so easy to bastardize or even honestly get close to the authentic Mexican experience. Like I remember I was trying to make authentic carnitas, and it was a process, but it was like I only had to get like 4 other things. I had
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go get a bunch of lard instead of oil. And then I had
It's
to
always a pepper I can't pronounce. It's always like I've never even heard of that motherfucker. What are you talking about? Chichayo pepper? Okay, I'll get a quetzalcoatl pedo.
I will say this to if I could be corny for a second, it is like forcing yourself to make other cultures' food authentically. You do kind of learn.
Yeah.
Like you subtly learn how, because like I was looking up how to make carnitas properly, and the real well, like every video I saw of them authentically doing it, they had a gigantic pot in the backyard.
Yeah, or
And
they do it in, like they dig a hole or some shit, and you're like, I can't do that. I can't put it underground for 4 days. Like
well, no, I think the digging a hole is like the Hawaiians making the pig.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, every time I looked up how to make carnitas authentic, yeah, it would always be a giant pot in like the backyard. And then you're like, oh, that's cool. Well, obviously I don't have that, so I'll make it in my home. So I go and I get the lard and all that, and I use my standard pot I would cook fucking pasta in.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you're like, oh, would you look at that? My entire kitchen's covered in a fine layer of lard. And you go, that's why they do it outside. And it's like
That's exactly it. Yes, exactly that. You go like, oh, that's why they do that.
yeah.
Oh.
But then you start thinking about the pot, and you start realizing like, oh, this comes from like, Mexico, and probably it originated. Dude, like all the
I
best
thought they were
foods.
just cooking outside because they had to. You're like, yeah, that's where you cook. You fucking weirdos. Whatever. Good for you.
brother. That's why I'm happy to. I got to get a grill. I need to do some outside meat cooking. I think it's just a part of your soul. You know
It's
what I
the
mean?
best thing to do in the winter. I don't know why people stop grilling in the winter, even in cold climates. Like, it's always good. It's always good.
It's the fucking. It's you know what always gets me with shit like that is like maintenance. Just the fact that it's like, oh, I want to grill, and you're like, well, you're gonna have to put this cover on and off of it all the time, and it's
you
like,
have to take the grill outside.
well, you can't grill in the bathroom.
Bullshit.
You can't shit and grill. And I go, I didn't know this was communist China.
You seen that guy that cooks in the bathroom, right?
that like rents out
A
hotels.
hotel and like cooks, like makes like the sink like a sous vide and shit like that. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
that?
I don't know why the
It's disgusting.
CIA
I
is
hate it.
I don't know why the CIA is wasting time trying to get like I don't know Snowden extradited or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
go use your fucking tactics on him.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He deserves to get fucking fake suicided. It's crazy.
Yes. Will somebody have that guy kill himself already? I mean, geez Louise. I actually sent you a photo. It's really funny that you specifically brought up pho because the past two, we've actually had homemade authentic pho like the past 2 weeks. I literally just had pho like Tuesday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like it's actually better than the restaurants. Like
I don't believe that for a second.
it's a level of like you buy a rotisserie chicken, you take the meat off of the chicken, then you put the bones in, you char a ginger root, onion, like onion chunks and stuff like that, and like some other vegetables. Throw it in with like cinnamon stick, star anise, and some other spices and shit like that, and then just boil that for like a couple hours. And after a couple hours, like your house starts smelling. It doesn't even smell that familiar, but once you put all the ingredients in, the Thai basil, the mint, the cilantro, and all that stuff, is once the broth is made, like yeah, what Val's saying is basically once the broth is made, then you just have broth. Then you can just have as long as you have the other ingredients, like you said, like just a bunch of other stuff you don't have in your house, which we do because a lot of Asian like recipes do call for the same like sauces and shit like that, maybe just different measurements.
Yeah.
But like the fresh mint and the Thai basil and stuff like that, you just get that at HEB. And it fucking that with a little sriracha on top, it's like, holy shit, this tastes like restaurant grade pho. That like it's not like the best thing I've ever had, but my favorite is chicken. So like that recipe in particular is just again, just got a bunch of time on your hands. You can just be able to have a pot on the stove all day and you just monitor it and just make sure that it's broiling right. And then by the end of it, you got fucking delicious pho.
Yeah, but even hitting that with like you just got a bunch of time on your hands. It's not doing enough service to the having a bunch of time on your hands.
Yeah, this is way more involved. This is like the more work. Like I would probably next time we do it, I will probably do like 2 chickens worth just because so we have more broth at the end of it. So we have a higher yield. Maybe we can freeze some of it or whatever, but that's like a fucking meal. If you have like I said again, you have the noodles you got to make, the flat rice noodles. But other than that, there's like that's pretty easy. You just take the ingredients you have and just throw them together. It's really good, but it is so much time. That's like you said, that's the exact reason why. Like if we came home
that's
and
why
we're like we want pho, we're like, well, we're not gonna.
well that's
like,
why
eat all
when
the
you
chicken.
well that's why when you were like we did authentic pho, I was like you probably did really good pho because I was like, dude, I'm telling you, I did like a 2-hour deep dive on it, and it's like there was like some people saying like the process technically was gonna it's one of those things where it's like from start to finish, it's going to take this much time. But if you're going to actually be doing it, you'll just have this stuff around. But like legitimately if you were like, we have no pho, I want to have authentic pho. It's like, it felt like it took almost a week.
Yeah. You will like, it's not a thing where like, you know what I'm hankering for? Let's just, dig through the kitchen. Let's throw together some pho. Like, unless you've already made it that week and you're having leftovers. But making that, yeah, it's going to be, it's a whole day.
Yeah.
But we actually had it the first time. No, that's what it was. It was on Thanksgiving. We had pho for lunch or ramen for lunch. And then we had like pho like 2 days later. It's like, we're fucking really treating ourselves here.
Yeah. I've been normalizing ramen in my life too, because I didn't realize how like versatile the whole thing can be. Where you're like, you get the instant ramen packs. And not just like fucking cup of noodles shit, like the one where you're like, oh, it looks like an anime character. I'll buy this one. This is fun colors.
Yeah.
The one where there's just like a robot on it, telling you
I have no idea what this flavor is, but it looks good.
Yeah, there's a robot on it holding panties. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those, like just super Asian. And no, you get that. You just throw some fucking chicken and vegetables, and it's like you don't even know if this is even close to how they would do it, but you're just like, hey man, it's soup, but a little more.
Yeah, it's like that. I'll add a yolk to my if you ever want to zhuzh up. This is a fun little like just the instant pack of ramen, just the cheapo shit, like you're saying, like a pack of that, if you do the noodles and all that stuff over there, do it in the water. While you're doing that, take the flavor packet, an egg yolk, and a teaspoon of olive oil mayonnaise or like Japanese mayo, and which is that Kewpie mayo or something. I
Yeah.
think regular mayo would work, but it specifically said the olive oil one. But if you put all those in the bowl, mix that together like the little sauce. Once you pour the ramen water, like the noodles in there, it makes it all like more of a savory broth. So I do that with some green onions and then like a meat, and it's like a nicer, zhuzhier little ramen. It's not authentic great ramen, obviously, but it's like
No,
it
you
adds
can.
more.
No, I was just double checking. Mayo, I think, just has like olive oil or like oils in general in it.
I think it's specifically the olive oil version of it. So like the Japanese mayo, the Kewpie mayo is automatically olive oil, is the oil that they use, but you can also get like Hellman's olive oil mayo or whatever.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, and that's what's nice with doing all that stuff and having those like nice little tricks is like there's always something in the realm of close to the right thing. There's always something in the ballpark of what you need.
Yeah, close enough kind of thing.
I like learning those things about cooking rather than like just having strict recipes and shit. Like I'll look up recipes if there's something specifically I want to eat, but like there's not enough shit out there being like, yeah, there's just some, because I hear that all the time about ramen. Like I was talking to Mike Eaton, and there's a whole thing with like, I forget exactly what's involved, but part of it is like peanut butter and then some other things. And if like you do it the right way, it makes it because it might be like some Thai shit, because I know Thai
But
food,
you said peanut butter, that's definitely Thai.
They had peanuts all over that shit all the time, which is like, dude, that's one of the most fun when you see that when you first eat it, and you're like, nuh-uh. Peanuts and noodles, shut the fuck up, kill yourself, fuck
and
you.
Literally, when you're like, you're like, wait, so literally all I do is just add a teaspoon or a tablespoon of fucking peanut butter, and that makes this Thai now. And they're like, yeah, that's it. And it's just like, that's all you guys fucking do. I know that they probably have like a more, like you said,
But
like there is a longer version of that. But it's also like, that's all I have to do to fake it. That's crazy.
Again, though, that's like the beauty of it, though. It's like how when you go to South America and you just think everyone speaks, like, not everyone, but my racist ass just thinks you all speak Mexican, right? But no, like I remember, dude, I was talking to this one Spanish guy I work with at the valet stand. He was like, it's so fun because you don't notice these things just being like a white dude who, isn't around Spanish people all the time. But it's like that. He's like, just by hearing the way they say certain words, he knows if people are like Mexican or Puerto Rican or Brazilian or any of those things. That it's like other stuff that if you're like not around, not non-white people as much, you don't notice the thing. So while it does feel like it can be simplified as like, oh, just a little bit of peanut butter and now it's Thai. It's like, yeah, dude, that's how those things develop for different cultures. It's like, it seems so simple, and it's so, God, I'm a real worldly man today, and I'm a real I'm so full. You know what it is? Actually, all this podcasting all week has made me feel playing some Biggie.
I'm sharing the stream.
Word.
I was trying to do it discreet, but you're right. You got me. Sorry.
No, I wasn't mad. I was just laughing. I was like, "Ooh, does he have a new video of Diddy raping someone?" No, you know what it is? I'm feeling, dude, with my recent autism diagnosis and just the fact that we've been fucking cooking this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is why you're getting like the world is beautiful, Andy, today. Because I'm like, I'm finally. Well, dude, it happened last night. Like, I swear to God, like I'm not trying to be this just fucking. I'm not trying to be like a fucking white chick on TikTok just self-diagnosing shit because it's, inherently makes them feel more interesting. Trust me, I'd love to not be this fucking gay and retarded. But like it isn't. Well, dude, it literally happened last night where I'm doing the valet shit and it got a little bit over. It like we were getting overwhelmed and it was getting hectic, and then I just feel this wave of anxiety coming over me, and then I'm just like, oh, and then like I remember the context of like, oh, well, you've come to realize like your brain works like this, so it's probably the fact that having some order to the situation and this feels out of your control. And you can kind of like go through that rather than just like you know, it's like you can take a step out and look at the bigger picture and like kind of slow down. And because like, dude, legitimately, it was kind of funny. Like I remember reading this one Jordan Peterson book, which pre Benzo's Peterson, I'm like a big supporter of. I think his early shit fucking rips. Post that, working with the Daily Wire, not so good. But he had this one thing where talking about anxieties and shit like that, where you ever just be like going about with your day and you just get hit with a stray and you just feel this like panic come upon you and you don't know exactly why.
Yeah.
And then you realize like, dude, like this is how annoying your brain is, where it's like, he kind of compared it to,
this is the new one.
This is the new cam.
She just went over here. I was like, I got to do this before she moves. But this,
no, you're good. I like it. But no, I was realizing it with because in the Jordan Peterson book, he said like a lot of your problems, anxieties are like a fucking big. It's like when you have the cords with the Christmas lights all fucking bunched up together.
Yeah.
And it all looks like one big, massive, chaotic thing. But if you take the time to like unravel it, now it's like, oh, it's all just a bunch of wires and stuff. And, you know, your anxiety is a similar thing where you can have this like big, bunched up, jumbled wire of nonsense that is kind of like, dude, it's real weird, man. It's like you're one person, but it feels like your brain is just a bunch of people kind of like working and hitting triggers that you're not even like fucking aware of. I think people call it your subconscious. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But no, so it's like I remember having like certain things can just trigger something that connects the dots in your head that reminds you to like a past thing that you're like, oh, when these things happen, you're gonna like bad things are gonna happen. And I felt that like coming on. And then I'm like, is this some autism stuff? Do we need to just calm the fuck down? Do we need to just slow? And then you like force yourself to slow it down. And I'm just like, basically what I'm trying to say is there's this new me that's figuring out how to actually deal with these moments than just fucking, what if we just ran through the wall? Like that was basically the old me. The old me was like, what if I just ran through the wall? What if I just busted that open and there was a Kool-Aid Man shaped hole in that fucking wall, and then we just figured it out later?
Yeah, I think I think that's it's just impulse control. Really, it's like kind of like controlling your emotions to an extent as best as you can. You know what I mean? I try to do the same thing of, you know, yeah, I know a lot of times like I'll read, you know, something will happen and it'll just be to me, it's so obvious why you shouldn't do that. But then like, you know what I mean? But then I never really I wasn't able to see from other people's perspective a lot of times. So it still got to the point where like you said, if I just saw something that like fucking fucked with me, then that would just be my reality of like, I don't even have to look into it or anything like that. That's just what it is. But like, if you actually communicate and you're actually talking to somebody about whatever it is, usually like 9 times out of 10, you get it cleared up and it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you didn't have to be shitty. You didn't have to be rude. You didn't have to be short with somebody. You can just say, you know what I mean? Like you said, you don't have to run through the wall, but you can just go like, wait, like but I still do the thing where I'm like, should I run through am I supposed to run through the wall on this one? That kind of thing. And usually the answer to that one is also no. Stop.
Yeah.
What you're doing. Why are you doing these things? Stop.
Yeah. Or the answer is to throw a cat through the wall.
Yeah. She's just biting random things. This fucking creep.
Pat, what do we have the cat cam for?
Oh, yeah. You're right. Oh, that's my phone. Yeah, she's not doing it now because she's on camera.
She's like, gaslighting him.
Hey, Piglet.
No, well, you know what it is for a big thing with me? Because I caught myself being like, I was having this thing where, because I remember like, I've talked about it before, like comment, like sometimes you get like caught up with comments and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not that I'm like sitting here being like, oh my God, like, oh, I'm so offended or, you know, being like this and that about it. I would get really caught up. With the why. I started to realize that was a big thing that would get me caught up in these moments all the time. And that's why I was so fascinated with like trolls and stuff. And I would really get caught up with the why. And then I would really get caught up with well, like, what do you do about this to like neutralize it and shit like that? And then I started to realize it's one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but it's one of those things where it's like the more time you pay attention to it, the more power it's like actually. It's literally actually we're talking about Welcome to Derry. It's literally the It monster. Yeah. You know, it's literally like because like that's how you avoid. I think the way you avoid it is being like, shut up. Who gives a fuck?
Literally, that's it. That's what I was just gonna say. Is like this evil, specific, possibly racist demon from space is their biggest weakness is confidence. You know what I mean? It's like literally it's just somebody just going like, shut the fuck up. It's like essentially Freddy, like if you had like cocaine. Like you're not gonna lose to Freddy if you have cocaine because you're not gonna go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like it's like a thing where you're just like you can do as much as you want. Try it. The Nazis would have been impervious to Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
But it is like this thing where you're just like, I'm not scared of you. And they just go, and he just goes, what? You know what I mean? Like when they're just doing that, you're like, it's kind of funny.
But there is something there though that's kind of like, you know, it is one of those things of like, yeah, oh, duh. But then it's like, all right, you know, we can say, oh, duh, but it's like we're both full-grown adults who are still fucking with this shit. So it's like there is something there to that, man.
Yeah.
There is something like there where like, because that is most problems. That is like most problems you have during your day. When you finally figure out those problems, you're like, oh, that's all I had to do. It was actually like that fucking simple. So yeah, it is. But yeah, that's what I was realizing. It's like I would get so obsessive. Yeah, I would get so obsessive over being like, why are they doing that? And dude, just being like, hey man, who cares? Sucks to be them. It's so freeing. Yeah. Like you have so much time during your day. Cause like I think what's that one fucking thing? It's like doing I forget the exact analogy, but they were saying like doing shit like that is like drinking poison and hopefully it affects the person that wronged you or something like that. I completely butchered it, but that's the kind of the essence of like what they were getting at with that.
Yeah, I think overall like that it's a good message to kind of send, and it's a good like story to be like, whenever you know life's fears or this or that and blah blah blah, you should just kind of go like, hey man, this is like moving on. Let's just go past it, do whatever. But like, I understand that, but also it feels like there's a level of sweeping it under the rug. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
It's in the storyline of it, the movie or the mini series, the movie, any of it, the book, I believe, even I don't know for sure, but is basically like a bunch of kids experience this thing when they're younger, but then they're all older now, and they've all like. The problem is, they just tried to move past it. Remember? Because then there was the kid that's like, you got to remember. Don't you remember? You all remember. Come on, you got to remember. And you're like, wait, I thought we were supposed to act like it didn't happen. And like, we don't care. And it's not scary. Like, I thought that's the whole point. So the cause of the way to defeat the monster is also the way that the monster can come back.
But I don't think, but that's the thing. That's a thing of like it's the difference between like avoiding and actually like confronting the problem. You know what I mean?
But
and it's like
if there's a problem facing you directly and you just go la 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 la, I'm not scared. I'm not.
But that's
scared,
not what no. That's literally not what. That's not what I'm saying. You know, if you make it on par with like talking about a troll, it's the difference between like. You know, when you like, if you see a troll online who's just saying like dumb shit that's not true just to like get you worked up, it's the difference between like, oh, I'm just gonna avoid the comment section. So, but like, you know, it's there the whole time. So it still ends up bothering you rather than just being able to see it. And you go like, hey man, something's going on with you. And I'm sorry that that's happening. Hopefully you figure that. Yeah. Hopefully you figure that out.
It's really, and it's funny. More. No, sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. But like, cause honestly, if you just, because that's why I'm like, nah, avoiding like I'm not gonna go out of my way to just look at the comment section and just plaster every mean comment into my fucking brain. But like that idea of just avoiding the comment section has like never made complete sense to me. And I think it is more about like when you see the stuff, being able to be like mature enough to just go like, you know, almost have that peace of mind to be like, hey man, I'm sorry. Whatever happened to you,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know,
Because I
literally-
know I'm not like, I may be annoying. Like if someone were to comment, go, Andy's so annoying. I go, what did you do? Listen to the podcast?
What do you have, eyes and ears?
What do you do? Did I say things and you heard it?
Yeah, bro. The thing I had to say was is right on par with that. There was the podcast that I do with Colton. There was an episode where I specifically, like, I have the sign-ins and all that stuff. I see the comments, like I get, you know, their little notification things, but he helps with them too. And I remember thinking, Colton does. So I'm reading through the comments, and most of them are like, love this, you know, this is great, love the new direction, this is awesome, blah blah blah. And then I just didn't, like, that was just the first couple comments, and then I was like, okay. But then, you know, people continue to comment on the video after a while. And so I brought it up to Colton. I was like, yeah, we seem to get pretty good feedback. And he's like, yeah, except for this, and also everybody calling me annoying and saying this. I was like, what? And I went back and there was more comments. And literally there's one of them that's a paragraph. In that paragraph, I started to judge myself because one of the comments was, I hate the people laughing in the background. And I was like, first of all, how'd you know I weighed as much as multiple people? Because it's just me laughing. And second of all,
you even you weigh multiple people. You even sound like multiple people.
Yeah,
laughing.
Jesus Christ! I sound and look like multiple people. Damn,
you laugh fat too.
Right? So I'm like, my initial reaction was, geez, I guess I'll stop. I guess I'll try to keep it down in the background.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute. And I just like read his comment. And I do this with Google reviews. And this was what made me think of it. I didn't actually respond to it, but it was literally the thought that entered my head was like, yeesh, what must your Google reviews look like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're like so specific. You can just not watch the video. They're like, this was hard to watch. But you know what? I'm just sticking around so I can see this show fail. And you're like, God damn, thanks for the watch, dude. But like, does anything make you happy?
Well,
and like, it seems like nothing might make you happy, and because you hate laughter.
Yeah. Well, no, that's
the sound of laughter.
Yeah.
On a comedy podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, you know, you don't
You're in
even
the wrong
have to,
place, bud.
you don't even have to like learn about the guy. You just have to read the comment and go like, oh, what was his main gripe? The laughter.
Yeah, the laughter. How annoying the host is, and it's like, I don't think you like the show.
Well, it's
like
this,
that's what I'm saying is like I understand what you're saying, but like that means like you probably like it's hard to watch because you don't like it. Like just go move along.
No, and I gotta be honest too. The more I talk, because this is what I've learned. Because I like my obsessive nature. I was always like I never accepted the fact of just like let it go as like I go no there because then the alternative would always be
why didn't they let it go? Why did they have to say something? That was my thing.
Well, no, like my autistic analysis was I was like the options are either let it go or I was like then what's the other solution? Because if you think about the troll, it's like
dig in.
Yes, go to their house, murder their family. No, like it's gonna sound like I'm trying to be funny, but it's like if you go through the logical conclusion of it, because if you think about the troll, it's like, you know, you factor out having a conversation because that's not the point. They know what they're doing. Yeah. It's so like there's not convincing them is not an option. So then you go, the only if I'm not going to let it go, the only solution is literally going to their house and murdering them. And you're like, that's not an option in our repressive society. No,
it's still, by the way, it's still engagement. I still do appreciate the comment. I literally do. Like,
well, for the algorithm, they're
not reading. The algorithm is not reading the comments. This is essentially you saying, like, I watched this video. Like, it's cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And
like I'll try to keep down the joy. I apologize.
Nah, though, I gotta be on. I'm not saying this to ask for more trolling, but I am realizing like the trolling does. There, I started to. Yeah, it's not saying like, oh, I like it, but dude, I gotta be honest. It does help you like get a thicker skin, which I've like over the years been like. I've over the years realized I didn't have as thick of a skin as I should to be wanting to do this.
Yeah.
And it literally does help because it's like you have to, because you were saying, dude, you were saying about the paragraph. It's like the average person, like I've had that too, where so, and honestly, talking about it out loud, so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Because in the moment you're reading it being like,
yikes. I was
Why
like,
are you
oh no, I'm
mean
doing
to
such a
me?
bad job and he hates the show. The show's terrible. It's all my fault.
yeah, you're reading it just being like, all I'm trying to do is hang out with my friends and be funny for 2 hours every week.
Thought it was funny and I'm really sorry that I
Uh,
laughed so loud.
All I wanted to do was just make you guys happy. And then, so in the moment when you're reading it, because also, too, half the time they hit on that's the other part of it, too. You're reading the comments. You're like, brother, you don't think I've said this about myself. You know what I mean? They think you're on the podcast just like, I'm such a cool guy. It's like, no, brother, I'm saying this shit to myself every day. But then it's like, I'm saying it out loud, and it does like even sound like it sounds literally psychotic where it's like have you ever done that? Have you ever like
left a comment about how specifically I hated something?
well, like have you ever
I
like
think a review maybe, but not
like,
like a
yeah, I'm trying to especially too where it's like I know I might be annoying to some or whatever. It's like, but I know I'm not like the biggest dickhead in the world.
You know, actually, what it is I don't think I have, and I think this is I know that's a weird thing to say. I've definitely had the thoughts, and I've definitely not liked things that I've watched before.
Yeah.
Plenty of times, like and or sent them to somebody to tell them how much I hated this video. Like I've done that to you a couple times where I'm like, I can't believe how stupid this is, or blah blah blah, whatever it may be. But like to openly, actively hate it felt like such a waste of time. Even early on, I've said this so many times on here, but like I hate social media. I think it's the stupidest fucking thing. I hate it, but I am actively addicted to it. Obviously,
Yeah. Well,
and
there's
I'm not
a reason
using it correctly.
There's a reason no, actually, yeah, you're not using it correctly because you have not yet killed yourself. Because there's a reason. No, there's a reason that the suicide rates in teens skyrocketed after 2014.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is like, it's not necessarily that it's just the fact that like I learned early on into my personal experience with any and all fucking social media is there are times where I do feel justified in like going at somebody if like the most recently the dickhead guy commenting on my profile picture where I was holding 2 plastic guns. And like,
Yeah.
and then it's just a bunch of people I don't know making assumptions about me and then commenting on my picture publicly. They didn't DM me. They didn't do anything. They were like literally just going like, "You stupid Trump supporting fucking piece of shit." I'm just like, it's a green screen, and and it's a comedy page. I'm a comedian. I have not ever shared any of my political beliefs. I don't think so. You know, as far as like because of that exact reason. If I just share a post, a lot of times that gets misconstrued of like, oh, so you're a Joe Biden guy? It's like, I think it's weird that this thing happened. And it's not because of this or this. So I feel like early on I like learned like, don't like text is really hard to read intonation. It's really hard to read tone. It's really hard to get the message across. So like I would rather just do this. This is the more spoken, like say it in my words, say my actual like my feelings, and so I can actually try to articulate them correctly. Because if either way, then I'm spent because that's the thing. That's the waste of time. I could spend time and proofread this and try to do this and try to get this fact in here and then copy and paste this and like here's this. But I'm like, or I could just fucking move on. And just live
that's
the rest of my life, and then that's what it is. So it's not just even it's when I see something that I don't agree with, I'll either go, okay, well, I'll unfollow that, I'll mute that person, or I'll just go like, or I'll just keep scrolling, baby.
Well,
like,
that's the reality.
I don't get it. You know,
that's the reality. No, I get you not getting it because that's the reality of all this shit. Where if we're not just like, obviously this is over the internet, but this is still face to face, two people talking. When it's not this shit, it's not like it's real people, but it's not the real world. That's what, like, that was the big realization where, because people would be like, social media is not real. And I go, well, no. I mean, obviously there's bots and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's,
can I pander a little?
there's what?
I want to pander a little bit to the chat, especially the people the regular people in the chat and the people that come into the whether it be Twitch or YouTube or anything like that. I feel like the small but mighty regular people that we have are like, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
These people that understand, like, they're unique, they're varied people. They're like unique. They have different things about
nuance.
Nuance. Yeah, exactly. It's a thing where you're like, so like that's the kind of like group that I want to have. Like, I want to have the group where we have people that actually not just think. I don't agree with everybody in the chat about everything, but that's the thing, is it's a discourse. Like, we're actually fucking speaking. So we're face to face. You see our faces, but it's also like, we also want to make sure that everybody, like,
is chilling,
is on the same page. Like you said, like the bar vibe. Like, we're all in the same room, we're all hanging out, because it's one of those things of like, we don't have to be fucking dickheads to each other. We can coexist. We can all talk. We can disagree. We can do that shit. So, but when you're just typing it, when you're reading it online, you're reading it in your own tone. Because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not just projecting. Everybody does this shit where it's like, I read positive comments negatively. I've told you so many times where I'm just like, is this sarcastic? Is this person saying like, I just love when Pat talks, and you're like, do you?
Yeah, you've shown me that. Well, that's the problem with like reading comments too, is like you add, the same reason that their whole life story is leading to them being a little bit of a cunt in the comment section. Your whole life story is why you're reading it with a cunty tone.
And that's what I'm saying. At least when they type it in the chat, it's live. It's a live thing, and we can go like, what did you mean by that? You know what I mean? What is so like, even to pay the people, the commenters, that kind of respect and give them, grace and shit like that, like to go like, hey man, like, let's fucking talk about whatever it is. If it can be politics, we can talk. We don't have to bring arguments into everything. There's not always going to be sides. There's nuanced people. Everything is a fucking spectrum. If you don't realize that at this point, you are definitely on the spectrum,
brother. And I'm sitting right. I'm sitting right on. Baby. I'm sitting right on top of that shit. But now it goes back to just like the big realization I had again, where it's like, yeah, it's real human beings, but I go like, these aren't the rules of real life. This is not what's going on in real life, and you just gotta. And yeah, I gotta be honest. I've gotten to a place too where I can just much more easily look at that and I go like, well, that sucks for you, dude. I'm sorry you're like that.
Yeah.
And it's like I can. That's where I'm real happy about it. I've learned to keep it moving a lot better, and it makes me a real fucking happy camper about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just messaging Lemaire the show notes.
Oh, no problem.
Apologize.
Again, is he uploading the pod right now?
Must be.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Speaking of comments, I'm always like very fascinated, like who tweets at who what.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everyone's not going to be able to hear everything, but I think we've made it very clear Lemaire edits the pod.
Yeah.
And then I'm also not taking offense to it, because the fact that someone's tweeting about it means they're desperately like, I need my panties. Yeah. But yeah, like 40 minutes ago, someone tweets at me, when's the pod dropping, bro? And I'm like sitting here like, go ask the guy who edits it.
Yeah. They must have. Well, he probably also got a message as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, he usually asks for the show notes mainly just for the title, which I don't know. I don't know if he'll go for it. I was gonna suggest Marshals Can't Hang, but
I don't know. I want to bring up the
Stanley. What are you doing, bro?
What's he doing? He wants to be on mic.
I can't handle this cat cam.
Oh shit. Just got on my lunch break. Love you guys. Love you too,
What up?
buddy.
What up? Love you.
BD,
We're just talking about
BDD.
how we love everybody in our chat because you're the greatest people in the whole world.
Well, no, dude,
And
legitimately.
that's that sounded flippant. I meant that legitimately. I was
Yeah.
just also distracted because I can't. Man, I
You had the casual, high pitched voice that made you sound sarcastic.
I need a new cat cam.
Dude, I just remember this. I'm getting so sick and tired of homeless people. No, dude, I stopped I was on the way home from some shit last night and I stopped at 7-Eleven. And if you're up near it's like when you go up north, it's this pocket where right before you get to Pflugerville, but like after kind of like the apartments and all that shit kind of goes away, you're in this pocket where it's kind of like half ghetto and shit like that. So you'll just be walking up, you'll be like, there's a whole bunch of homeless people here. Like it's just the vibe's not off. And
there's too many smelly people around here.
Yeah, there's too many. You can't all be begging for change at the same time. No, I was just laughing because I go to fucking I stop at the 7-Eleven, I get a soda, I get a drink, and as I'm leaving, almost embarrassed myself completely in front of homeless people. I got these new shoes. No. I got these. Yeah, you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of the smelly guys, but I got these new shoes. They got like the fucking like the big cushion under them, but I'm walking on them used to like fucking Vans being like, it feels like high heels to me. Yeah. All that fucking cushion down there. And I start walking and I completely almost trip off the curb. Like I flat tire myself. So I was like, oh my God, I just embarrassed myself against that guy in front of that guy jerking off. Fuck. And then I see this dude come out of nowhere and he's like, hey, yo, my man, can I get a ride? And I go, why would you think anyone would just like you just pop out of the shadows? And I'm like, I'm offended he would ask. Like, it's crazy, dude. You're a literal dumpster, and you're like, hey, can I get in your car, random guy?
Yeah, I've had that one other time. I was on the road with Zach Hammond and that big guy that I was talking about. I can't fucking remember his name for some reason. I think it was John something. He is not. You wouldn't know him or anything, but for story's sake. You're just being like, I've been in a car with him for multiple days. How do I forget his name? Yeah, like he's humongous. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a big fat guy. Like one of those fat guys that smells fat. Yeah. Like where you're like, oh, you can't clean everything right. So like, he's in the convenience store, and I'm sitting in the back of Zach's car. It's like I believe it's a 2-seat car or a 2-door car. But it has the seats in the back, you know, it's like a Honda. So I'm sitting in the back because the fat guy has to get in the front. Yeah. He's still in the thing. And it's pouring down rain. We're walking out of this convenience store somewhere in I think Virginia or something. Those cars are so brutal as like a big dude in general. Even if you're not like for hours of driving. Oh my God. Oh. Dude, I remember, we took a fucking, what the fuck was it? We took a fucking Uber to, it was a bunch of us on a Sean was doing a like Sean and Friends at Cap City. Yeah. And it was a bunch of us hanging out at Shane's, and then like we took an Uber there, and like I had to sit in the tiny seat in the back with Sean, and I'm just looking at Sean's 110-pound soaking wet ass just chilling, and I'm back there like this, like, can we get there already? I hate this. Could you hit the window? Sean, can you plug my seatbelt in? It's kind of so we're sitting Zach and I are going out. It's really gross too, because I think he had to use he was in the bathroom or something. So we're just gonna go out to the car to wait for him, and we're walking out. And as we're walking to the car, the homeless guy, this homeless guy is like standing on the sidewalk, and he goes, "Hey guys, he's like, would it be okay could I get a ride?" And Zach's like, "Sorry." He's like, "We don't have any room." And so I get in the car in the back seat, and then nobody's in the front passenger seat, and Zach's in the driver's seat, and we're just sitting there right in front of the homeless guy, and he's just staring at us. And like I'm sitting there, and I'm just going like, "It's not our fault. You're fucking homeless." Yes. I wanted to say like when just in hearing Zach going like, "Yeah, we don't have any room," because there's like that. It's as dumb as like. I don't know why people do this at the beginning of comedy shows. They're like, keep the table talk to a minimum. You go, no, No,
Don't do it.
2-0. Don't
Why?
talk.
Why is it just programmed into anyone's head being like you're literally starting off the show going, "Hey, it's okay if you do the thing we definitely don't want you to do."
Yeah.
And so it's like it's the same thing. It's like, "Hey man, I'm not mad that you're homeless, but like you getting a ride will never be an option."
Right. Speak when spoken to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, speak when spoken to.
Okay, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
That's the thing is you could say keep table talk to 0, but then if somebody talks to you, you can't go like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like when
if I'm
you're dressed, that's when you can talk. But other than that, just fucking laugh, clap, and enjoy your fucking time.
I thought you were talking about homeless people with that. That makes way more sense.
No, homeless people don't speak to me.
Yeah, homeless people look away.
But yeah, I do get but I'm sitting there and I'm like, how unreasonable is it for you to ask? Because that's my problem, Andy. This is my issue that I have in the world. It's not just homeless people. In the world, every single human being does this shit, and it fucking pisses me off. You ask a favor, and then I say no, and then this is relevant. There's a news story I just saw where a lady on a plane was asked if this mom asked if her crying kid could sit in the window seat, and she was like, no. Like, thank you, no. It's kind of a thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
crying baby.
I think it was a kid. I don't know if it was like you won't let my kid sit in the window seat. And it's like, you didn't book a fucking window seat for your kid.
Wait, I don't mean to ask so many. So like a kid old enough that you can speak English to it and it understands the words.
I think so. I don't know that side of this.
You don't get because here's my thing.
No, you get a baby. None of it. It's
well. No. My point is that with the baby, it's like no. Actually, you should hold it. You should. That's why I was making the distinction. But I'll also too for context. I don't ever get mad at the crying. Yes, is it annoying? But I'm never getting mad at the crying baby.
They also don't want their baby to cry. Like but they want it the most.
Yeah, but this idea that like, oh, you have a little kid, like now you just get my
this is what I'm saying is if anybody asks me, if a human being, an adult person, a child, a grandma, a fucking anybody, a veteran, anything, if somebody asks you a favor and you say no, then it's like it's one of those things. What?
Sorry. I agree with Pat. The homeless need to be muzzled and gagged and not allowed to speak.
I say we bring back bum fights. That was the best social experiment in the world because it's one of those things of people going like, "Why you gotta stop doing this? You're monsters!" And you're like, "Okay, so." If there wasn't homeless people, if there wasn't an epidemic of homeless people, we wouldn't have so many people to work with.
Well, and also,
they just go like, yeah, but we just want to ignore that again. Stop bringing our fucking attention to it and stop paying these homeless people to pull their teeth out.
Well, the problem.
And I say, let them do it.
Who's going to pull their teeth out then? You ignorant piece of shit.
So they're just going to exist homeless with all their teeth?
So you're telling me money? You're telling me I can't pay anyone to pull their teeth out?
No, but
you're ignorant. No. Well, there's also this assumption like it's like when people try to call homeless the unhoused, and you're like, no. Like there's like these predetermined like depending on who you're talking about. Because obviously we're not saying every homeless person's a piece of shit that deserves everything. Yeah, a lot of homeless people are like mentally ill and like they need desperate help. That's why they're outside. But also at the same time, there's not this underlying implied thing of like we all have to do something for them. It's like no, there's honestly a lot of homeless people that are like they offer these people help and they're like, hey, you can live inside if you don't do drugs, and they're just like, nah, I really like to do drugs on the sidewalk. And it's like, so that's the problem with a lot of people approach it where they think like, oh, my rent got raised $200. I got to go live outside. You're like, it's not that situation as much as you think it fucking is.
For the most part, the ones that you see on the street are not the ones that are actually like if there's like shelters, there's places that go like I think that when they're like there's homeless mothers and children, I'm like I have literally never seen that. And you know why? Because I think those people are is that scenario where you're like it's not drugs, it's a terrible situation that we're in. We either had to leave an abusive household, we had to do other things. Those places are usually packed with people. But there's also, like you said, what you normally see is the people that are like, I just love fucking just like living on the street and doing drugs, and I don't want to
Yeah.
be confined, and I don't want to have to live in a. And it's like, okay, that's not always a thing, but anytime, whether it be a homeless person or anything else, like if somebody asks you a favor, and then you go like no, and then they get pissed off at you because you said no.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
that
like,
goes back to my
that's fucking horseshit, dude. And that is the
Bro.
fucking shittiest thing you could ever. So this lady is suing the company, the plane company or whatever.
the
and
lady with the kid is?
No, the lady that was filmed and was like tried to make a fool of. I saw it somewhere on. I literally just saw it. I think
Is it a
Reddit.
new story?
I believe so. It might have, because it was Reddit, so it might have been an older story that they're resharing. But it was a lady. I think it was a New Zealand or Hawaiian flight. I can't remember. I literally did not.
No. I'm
Yeah.
keep talking. I'm
Okay.
using the keywords. I'm finding it.
So
Sorry,
so-
you know what, Pat? You don't always got to be deucing. I got it.
okay. I appreciate it.
Dude,
There's
that'd be a great tagline. Always deucing.
always do. That's what everybody I think is not really understanding about the Mrs. Claus thing episode of Beat My Gay. That was a pivot, and I am still very proud of the song that I wrote and the fact that I was able to help write that song on like 2 minutes notice before we started the show. The lady that was supposed to play Mrs. Claus in our podcast that I just released, the Christmas special Beat My Gay. I had to play Mrs. Claus, and it's not David's given me a lot of shit on Instagram, and I know that other people are thinking it. I did that reluctantly for the production. I am always fucking.
Wait, who's giving
deucing.
you shit because you dressed like a lady?
Yeah. He goes.
Oh yeah,
I remember when we posted the music video, which is terrible. It's awful. I did not necessarily think that was ever going to come out good, but I don't give a shit. I'm proud of the song. And but he goes, "Good Lord, Patrick." And then this time when I shared the thing, he was like, "Is this what you call art?" I was like, "That's all right. You know, hey, it is."
Well,
I'm
to be
always
fair, to be fair, Dave's a huge retard who just complains and never contributes to anything ever.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I love being mean to Dave publicly. No, Dave is a huge cunt. You don't have to take his opinion seriously.
I know. It's just a thing. It's a ball busting thing. I like if your buddy's wearing a dress, you got to make fun of him. But also,
Yeah.
there's a weird thing where this lady.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're. No one said this lady was they're being mean to a pretty lady.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that either. Yeah, she's suing them now. Oh, she's an influencer. I
hot.
didn't know she was an influencer.
Why are they being mean to her?
Because she didn't want to share her seat that she booked. Do you know what I mean? I'm sitting in this seat. You asked me if I would switch seats with your kid, and I said no. So then you started filming me because you wanted to shame me because you didn't book the proper seat for your fucking kid. You're a shitty parent, and now I'm going to sue you and the fucking airplane. I don't know if the airplane kicked her off or not, and I don't know if that's real. That's what I'm saying. What? Is it fake?
Well, no, it's just. Well, no, I'm looking through her Instagram. Like, I don't know if her boobs are big though. This is a real.
Wait a minute. She's not making it obvious?
Yeah, she's like I think she has nice boobs, but they're like.
How are we gonna know though? Like, does she check her OnlyFans?
God damn it! I hit my
is it the
shit
ads again?
computer the second I open. Well, it's these fucking websites. I gotta find an ad blocker or something because it's these fucking websites with 1,000 goddamn ads, and it basically brings my. I'll find it on. You know what? I don't know why I haven't been checking Twitter, but yeah, no. Sorry. Back to the riff. Her boobs are under a sweater, and this is bad. But no, it's dude. Also, too, I gotta say the culture of anything like a thing I don't like is happening to me. I'm gonna whip out my fucking phone. Like I've witnessed people in the midst of that where they're just having like a phone off. It's one
when
thing.
they start filming each other, you're like, do you not understand how childish you both kind of look now? Like it's crazy that you're like, oh yeah, you're gonna film me, I'll film you. And it's just like, guys, what are we doing?
Well, it's one thing if you're like, I've been there before where I've started recording because I didn't like how the cops were acting. That's one thing. You know what I mean? For like legal reasons. It's another thing to
Oh, yeah.
just be like, oh, you wronged me. I'm gonna fucking expose you to the world. And you're just
Yeah.
like, why?
This is not the same energy. If a cop is sitting there going like turning their body cam off and then asking you to step out of your vehicle without telling you why they stopped you, like, yeah, start filming. But if a woman comes up and goes, "Hey, do you mind? I saw that you got the last blueberry muffin. Do you mind? I love blueberries. Do you mind if I have that?" And she goes, "Oh no, yeah, I appreciate it, but no." And you just go, "What? Can you believe this lady won't
Yeah.
give me her blueberry muffin? I told her how much I love muffins. I told her I'm allergic to everything else here." It's just one of those things where you're like, all right, all right, all right, all right. That's not what this is about. If somebody hit your kid or somebody else, and it's always, that's the thing, is you don't understand that the filming usually doesn't do anything because it's almost always after the incident. So they just go, "This kid just told my kid to fuck off." And you're just like, "Say it again." And they just don't. Like,
Dude, fuck it. By the way, just a quick sidebar. I looked up like lady plane stews,
yeah.
and I scrolled down. I was scrolling to try to find the video. After about 7 posts, I saw a penis. And now I typed in "refuses seat" into Twitter, and about 4 posts down, I just see a girl's fat ass in a thong. It's kind of fascinating how quick we get to porn on this website.
Which one is it? Twitter?
Twitter, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
here. Okay, so I think I found the video. Sorry for how long.
No problem.
I'm not good at deucing, guys. Pat's the real deuce over here. I'm not. I can't even match his deucing skills, dude. Yeah. So first off, again, Exhibit A, pretty. So I'm really heated about that. But yeah. So just a little plane meltdown. Woman refuses to give up window seat for crying child. Gets secretly filmed, destroyed online, and now she's suing everyone. Also, what? Oh, your kid's gonna stop crying because he's gonna see a Brazilian woman paid for a window seat. A mother demanded she give it up for her crying kid. She said no calmly. Another passenger recorded her without consent, posted it, and the internet obliterated her. Thousands of comments, insults, harassment.
Yeah.
Now she has an internet backlash, wrecked her mental health, cost her work, and turned into a global villain overnight. So she's suing the airline and the person who filmed her. Dude, something's got to go. Dude, this fucking thing where, like, because most of these people on social media aren't fucking thinking. They're not actually mad at this lady. They're not going to think about this lady in 2 days. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the way that, like, it feels so weird and fake, the way people can get galvanized to just be like,
look at this piece of shit. She won't give her seat up to a child. And it's like, I don't fucking care.
Like, who gives
you know what I mean? I don't care. Close your eyes. Yeah, they're speaking all Portuguese and shit. Also, I hear a kid crying. I don't know if that's the kid, but also, like, no. Go tend to your child.
Yeah, I see that and I just go like, yeah, this is gonna be a whole thing. I don't want to.
And that's the thing, is they start filming you because they want to bully you into doing what they say. Like, no, I asked you a favor. Now do the right thing. And you're like, the right thing in a favor is making the decision that I want to make. You're asking if I can.
Yeah.
And that's why anytime I always ask people of stuff, I always go don't forget that no is an answer. You can say no. I'm asking you a favor. And this is exactly how I view it. That's my autism, is like one of those things of like, if I go, hey, can I have a piece of that? Can I have a piece of that gum? And they go like, no. And I go, fucking piece of shit. You're like, what the fuck are you asking? You asked me to have something for free, and I'm the piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing. And I don't say that necessarily with the homeless, that's the same correlation, but it's the fact that, like, the problem is not necessarily poverty in America. Yes, I think that does need addressing. But the way that I personally experience it is I have to deal with I don't get to deal with the poor mother that's like, yeah, my child, she's so sick and I need to help her. Because, yeah, I probably would help those people, motherfucker. But it's the fucking guy with his dick hanging out going like, well, can you help me out? And it's just like, I'm tired of that bullshit. I don't fucking care what his plight is. He's nuts. I don't care if he has a house. I don't want somebody talking to me like that.
It goes back to like, 100%. And it goes back to like my thing. It's like, I'm way more mad at the people who go, like when they see the homeless person and they're like, oh, there's this weird instinct in a lot of human beings to just like figure out a reason to hate yourself. Like
take ownership of politicians' fucking misfortunes and failures, you know?
Or just broader than that, just like take ownership of like at any opportunity just to be like, this is because I'm bad. And it's like they never want to just accept reality and go like, yeah, man, every homeless person isn't a piece of shit, but a lot of people are homeless and it's their fault.
The ones I see every day are crazy pieces of shit. The ones that I experience on a day-to-day basis talk like you remember that one guy? I don't know if I could do it. Hold on. Do you remember the guy that was like walking like this? He was like,
oh, with the cool pants? Yeah.
Down the street like that?
Yeah.
Like, we all, I think, as he was walking by, either shuffled, mentioned, or kind of said something like, oh, sorry. No, excuse me. No, well, like, dude, walk like an I, not like a fucking R.
Not to get like... Yeah, walk like a capital letter.
Walk like an uppercase, you dumbass.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm not I don't mean to get like philosophical or esoteric. Like I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner. I'm not here to be like who's a piece of shit and blah blah blah. Although I constantly do that on here every day.
Proclaim.
Yeah. But like, it's to me, it's like it goes past. Because I'll be sympathetic. Like I understand. Like there's a lot of homeless people with mental illness and untreated problems, and they just this feels like a better fix, and then you go too far, and it's like, so even if that dude is being fucking annoying and pushy and stuff like that, am I gonna go out and be like, oh, you're a fucking piece of shit? It's I don't know. That's too complicated of a conversation for me. But like the people I do get really fucking annoyed with, it's this thing where it's like just implied and you're like, and that's why this is our responsibility. I go, well, no, I don't think like it's like, what element of this do I have to take any responsibility or feel bad about at any point? Yeah. Like that, like get fucked. It's not anyone's responsibility. The same way as like, oh, and this was the end of my story where the dude's literally like, bro, I'm not kidding. He's like on my window, like, yo man, come on. I'm going to give you $20. Like, just give me a ride. And I just go like, bro, if you do this and someone says no, it should be the easiest. No. It should be the easiest. Oh, okay. I get it. That you've ever done in your fucking life.
Yeah. It should be the quickest ever. Totally understand.
Also,
totally understand.
Also, if we talk about logistics, you're only giving you want a ride. I'm assuming you're not asking for a ride to Waco. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Or my house.
I'm a random guy in fucking North Austin at a 7-Eleven. I'm assuming you're asking me for a ride in the area, and you're willing to give $20 to some random dude for a ride. Go walk, dumbass.
Uber.
Yeah.
That $20 will cover it, dumbass. Uber. But I don't have a phone. Most homeless people actually do have phones. It's crazy to see it. But
yeah, realistically, this guy probably was trying to fuck me up or something.
Probably, yeah. But yeah. I will say this. Fuck, what was I just gonna say? What were you saying before that? The 7-Eleven.
Well, it's like I was saying the idea is like, yeah, dude, you're probably just going somewhere nearby, so just fucking walk.
Yeah, damn it, I had something. I fucking forget it now.
Well, you said Uber, and then my autism kicked in, and I go, well, they probably don't have bank accounts, so I don't think you can do
Oh
Uber
yeah,
without a bank account.
yeah, that's true.
But no,
No,
for comedic reasons, I didn't say anything.
no, but yeah, but I think the thing about like with it in general, fuck, I can't remember the goddamn point I just had.
I was talking about a dude wanting a ride. I'll give you. He has $20 to give me a
No.
ride. That's why I wasn't
Oh no, that's what it was. Sorry, no, the logistics. You said the logistics of it. That's
logistics.
what made me this. The logistics of that video, Andy. Is that the only person sitting at a window seat? Why not
Yeah,
work your way up and down the aisle and say,
that's
"Hey,
why I'm like,
you can I get your window seat? Hey, can I get?" And I would bet because that's the thing is this is happening, and she's going, "Oh yeah." Blah, 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 speaking all her Portuguese and shit, and she's filming this guy in front of everybody, and everybody else at window seats is also like, you know what I mean? Like they're
yeah,
all doing the same thing she is of like, well, yeah, we all like our window seats.
yeah.
Fuck off.
Well,
Get the
that
fuck
well,
out of here.
that's the problem. That's the problem too. Like, I forget if I told you about this, but I was like arguing with a guy on here one time when I was doing a solo stream a couple months ago, and I was like, it's one of those solo streams where get enough gay guys in the chat, we start arguing over capitalism versus socialism because we're real cool over here. And I was talking about why I thought socialism doesn't work. And I was given an analogy, and the guy's like, we're not talking about that. We're talking about socialism. How does that apply to socialism? I just go, hey, man, like, I'm not trying to be mean. Do you legit not know what analogies are? Like, no. And like, dude, I've been realizing that too with certain people when you argue and you try to hit them with like, a nuanced or an analogous statement, and they get really autistic where it's like, we're not talking about that right now. And you're just like, wait, do you really not get what's happening? Cause it's like cause here's my thing. It's like, it's why I get annoyed with, I don't know. Yeah, I understand. I understand my demeanor, and I think it's a defense mechanism because I'm scared to be my true self. But like, I get really, I feel the energy brought towards me. I get treated like fucking I'm a fat Jay and Jay and Silent Bob. I understand how people talk to me, but it's like, so I look at that and I go, fine, I'm this guy to the world. Why am I one of the fucking 8 people that ever understand nuance in any of these fucking videos? You know what I mean? It's like, I'll accept that I'm a big fucking dumb retard, but you guys have to be better than me. And you're not. You're not. You're all, it's like, there's still countless people who just like, I thought this video was going to be way crazier. And then the video is literally just someone screaming in Portuguese and the lady going like, is this bitch talking to me?
Yeah, she's just like,
no.
I said no.
And there's an argument,
no, ma'am. Go along, please.
And there's a world where it is like, yeah, it's just like, I know it's annoying, but just let the kid have the window. But I understand there's a version of this where that happens. But I'm watching this video, I'm like, yeah, no, you just seem like a crazy person bothering someone who's not bothering anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. And there's a whole nother side of the plane.
Another one of Andy's things.
Yeah.
God damn it, I hate how I talk.
But no, there's a different perspective of this also of like, yes, you chose to shame that one person. Now I'm starting to think, what if? Because remember when I said, oh, she's an influencer? I have no idea who this fucking bitch is.
Yeah,
and she's also Brazilian. So this has gotten them international attention because you think, who would reasonably do this? There's 2 sides of the plane, right? There's multiple windows. I don't think there's only windows on one side of this particular plane. So why don't you hit up literally every other person and or any other person? So just so happens to be the one person she did hit up happens to be an influencer. Maybe this was a plant. This might be a work because none of the things add up. You know what I'm
saying? Maybe. Also, we don't know what she's saying. Maybe this went fucking nuts on Brazilian social media.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it feels like it's either super duper fake or It's just actually no, really. Actually, I really what I'm coming down to the realization now is it's probably 100% clickbait. Like, it has to be.
I wouldn't say it has to be.
I don't speak Portuguese, so she could be just saying like, "Hey, everybody, you're doing great. Keep it up. The Americans will never know."
No, it's I mean, most likely it's a dumb cunt being a dumb cunt, and the internet. I'm just saying, what is it? Occam's razor. Most likely it's a dumb cunt holding a camera and the internet being retarded.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But anyway, very mean guy in the chat. You got one more and then you're out of here, champ. These are some mean comments. I don't like them.
You don't know it's a guy.
Oh, fair enough. You could be abroad, and I, if you got some hangers, let me know.
What do women love doing, Andy? Complaining.
What was the other thing I was gonna say about homeless people? There was one more. No, it's just I really do feel for homeless people, but it's just people have this. I don't know, man.
I have
it's
the
just
fucked up thing where I care more about their pets.
Yeah,
I'm 100% honest about that. That bums me out 10 times more than seeing just a homeless person holding a sign, is because no matter if that person is legitimately just in hard times and needs help, or is a crazy person just trying to make some money holding a sign, the dog doesn't fucking know. You know what I mean? The dog is just like, hey, this is my guy. My guy sucks. You know what I mean? It's like when a guy has like a dog fighting ring or something like that, and then they're just like, the dogs like or love them and don't want to leave, and you're like, that's crazy. I don't. It's or like that's all they know. Like people, it's just terrible.
I will say I had a slight adjustment on the homeless people with dogs, because that one would get me really mad, and it still does a lot of times. But then, like, the one day I saw this homeless guy walk by. I forget where I was. I think it was I was under the bridge blowing homeless guys, and I saw this one homeless guy walk by, and then I see his dog, and I see his dog following him, and his dog's not on a leash. And I go, okay, that's his bro then. Like, if the dog's just following him, that's his bro. And then I start to do the math, and I go, well, how are they getting the dogs? They're not like breaking into people's houses and going like, you live outside now.
Oh yeah.
So they are, they are like outside dogs.
Yeah.
I will say though,
that would be crazy though if homeless people were stealing housed people's dogs.
Yeah. I will say though, if you're a homeless guy, if you're watching this on your track phone, I'm pretty sure we got a big. I would
like
say
subscribe.
if you're a homeless,
probably homeless. That's probably what it is.
Probably.
Sorry, we didn't mean to offend you.
The YouTube. He's also calling us film bros, and I'm just
also
like,
chubby. I really do appreciate the chubby. I don't think it's totally mean.
No, chubby's nice. Chubby means there's like
That's
opening.
A flattering thing.
There's an opening into his heart. But I do love the film bros comment, which probably means he watched the Paul Dano clip, which probably means actually it also probably means he didn't watch the full Paul Dano clip, because I titled it Justice for Paul Dano, and then if you watch it for at least 5 minutes, I make fun of his weird face for a while.
Yeah, for a long time.
So you watched a couple seconds and made a version of us in your head, and now you're mad about it. I'm sorry that happened to you. You're welcome here.
Somebody by accident? We didn't mean to clickbait you by accident. We just wanted you. We wanted some engagement. We got it from you. Thank you.
We didn't clickbait. It was a commentary off the moment, and now that you're in, let us give you the actual substance. It wasn't clickbait. It just looked and felt exactly like clickbait. You're not smart enough to get it. But I will say this though. I think the homeless people have the dog. I don't know if you get the leash. I don't know if you get the leash though. I don't know if you get the leash, because like then you got to prove that the dog wants to follow you. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, it still sucks ass. But I go like, that dog definitely found them.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, if I always, again, I try to project and say what would I do in that situation, or if I was homeless on the streets, that connection and that love between them and the animal is nice. It is heartwarming, because it's one of those things where you're like, it's not like it's a fun. It's not fun. It's it's a little it's levity in a really dark world. You know, you're
You gotta
living
think
on the
how
streets and you just
fucking
have your little fucking kitty cat buddy or your dog buddy. But it's because that's equally as heartbreaking to me. Is
yeah.
I've seen it only like once, and I don't want to see it anymore. Really, of like a person taking an animal from a homeless person. Have you ever seen that? It's
I
fucking
saw. I
awful.
think I
It's
saw
just
the
as
one
bad.
video of it.
It's terrible, and it's like one of those things where you're like, I don't even care if if it's real, fake, or anything. I don't think it's fake, and like now you've taken the one possible bright side of that person's world away from their companion, their friend. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So like, I can empathize and equally like
No,
just
it's
completely just
yeah.
let it depress me kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've developed a yeah. I still hate it, but I've developed definitely a more nuanced thing because I realize I go because dogs exist to be your bro,
yeah,
and it's like their bro just happens to be outside, so the dog's like I'm gonna be outside too. That's why it's like if I give money to the homeless, it's gonna be like, yo, get that dog food or get
yeah.
that dog taken care of.
Yeah,
So
here. This is for your booski. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And there's that. It's a thing where like it's and you're right. Like that's the beauty of that. Like homeless people and their pets is the fact that like it's probably a stray dog or a cat that would have been just fucking scrounging for itself. At least they have somebody that's like looking out for them in a way. The companionship is totally what I appreciate. And I actually follow this vet who it's a veterinarian that works with homeless people's pets. So like he'll go to like the homeless encampments and stuff like that, and he'll like ask if anybody needs anything, give them free shots, worms, spay them, neuter them, do all this thing.
yeah,
This cat was pregnant. He helped adopt out the kittens that it had, like stuff like that. Like that's the kind of shit that like I fucks with on the internet. That's the
yeah.
shit that is. Those are the people that I not only. It's not. I don't even believe it's subjective. It's one of those things where you're like, there is no solution necessarily to homeless people's pets. Do you know what I'm saying? It is a thing where you look at it and you go 50-50. I see that, and I also completely am bummed out for that dog. I would love for the fact that that dog to have, and that person, but
Well,
mostly that dog to have a beautiful, wonderful life because that dog doesn't know how awesome life can be. The human, I think,
yeah.
does.
Although I will say this, because like when I see when I see like the homeless people, it's like when I feel bad for the dog, it's like you'll see some of these dudes, because it's when they use it to like get your sympathy, so they can get money and whatever, and it's like you'll be
Oh,
like that's when I get irritated where it'll be like they'll be sitting outside, it'll be in the middle of the summer, they'll be outside a gas station in the direct sunlight, and the dog's just laying there like, ugh. And you're like, I fucking hate that. Like, and then you see it now that it's kind of cold and they're outside and the
right.
dog doesn't have too much of a jacket. You're
That
like,
dog doesn't have any shoes on.
yeah.
And you're like, I'm the whitest motherfucker in the world. Yeah. I go from,
Oh,
yeah.
it's gonna be too hot for them, Pat, on the concrete. They need those shoes. Uh, but no, but also, so that's the half that's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know how many times I look at my cat and I see him staring out the window, wish he could just run around and kill things.
Yeah.
You know, so there is part of it where you're like, must be fun to be outside all day. But yeah, no, it's just when it's like, because if there's a way that they can actually take care of the animals, then it's not as big of a deal. But that's the thing. It's like the odds are they're not able, even if they want to. Like, let's
And
be
that's why, yeah.
let's be glass half full. Even if they want to, like, you're not able to give the animals the proper care that they deserve.
I'm certain, and this is purely speculation, but I feel very confident in saying, I think that there's probably this guy is going to these communities to assess those relationships. Do you know what I'm saying? So like he's a vet, so he goes to the homeless encampment, and then he can see how the animal and the owner interact with each other. He checks in on them. He makes sure everything's okay. But I'm sure that there've probably been a couple times where he went there to film some content, and there was probably an uncomfortable conversation he's had with a couple people of like, hey, this dog needs to be put down, or
And I
you
think
shouldn't be, you aren't caring for him at all, and I think it's in our best interest. Like You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure he's giving them a little bit
yeah.
of grace because like he gives them, bags of food, he gives them free shots and stuff like that for the and medication and all that shit. So like
Well, and I think that's
he's
the
actively
problem.
caring for everything, but that is the only real solution to that issue.
Yeah.
Because also I wanted to bring this up.
Real
Sorry.
real quick. No, no, no. I don't want you to forget that. But real quick, the point I was gonna make to just hop on, piggyback on yours, is the problem's very similar to people being like when the body positivity shit was more popular, and they would be like, I remember they were like, "Oh, you can still be fat and be healthy," and I remember looking up like, is that even true? Like,
Yeah.
your instincts are like, well, that's probably completely wrong, but also I'm a big fucking retard. So
Am
and
I
also,
healthy?
well, and all, well, am I actually? I'm just like
Am I
fucking
killing it
jiggle.
right now?
I'm just in the middle of a truffle shuffle. Like, wait, is this healthy?
It's just fucking good.
But then also too, like you could be skinny as shit and have a bad diet and be unhealthy. So I was like, is there anything to this? And I remember looking it up, and it's basically like, yeah, the stars align occasionally, and a fat person can be healthy for like 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It's like one
Yeah,
of
yeah.
those, and you're like, yeah. It's the same thing with the homeless thing. Realistically, there is a version of this where the dog is living like a really good, chill life.
Yeah.
How often is that happening though?
Yeah.
And it's like probably not happening too often.
Yeah, so like that's the thing. Is you can be positive about it or anything, but speaking of not being positive, it is I find it the one thing.
Your AIDS test came back negative? Oh, I'll cut this out.
Thank you. No, it's what does it say about your city? Like I understand that like New York is crazy, but like and there's tons of positives and stuff, but like what is it about all the fucking major cities, like Austin in particular? The thing you're known for are the fucking homeless people. Yes, it's fun. You got barbecue, you got this thing, blah blah
I was
blah.
gonna say, and barbecue.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a thing where like the same thing with New York, where you're like, yeah, but it's like, I mean, there's great restaurants in New York. Where you're like, yeah, but the homeless people are super violent and try to chase you, and like they'll mug you. There's a ton of them as well.
You could say
And
the same
with
thing for
Austin.
LA.
The
Yeah.
same thing for LA, and it's like what is it about like I don't understand like why in particular like the humanity in those areas is so
Well, I will
it
say,
lacks so much, and it's also one of those things of like what does it say about your city when you don't know how when you have so much of this scourge of this issue. You know
so
what I
I
mean? Like
think what it is for Austin is, I think with Austin, it's a lot of people are like, it's bad, but it's like manageable right now. I think Austin would have a different reaction. Like if Austin was on par with LA, which I always love when LA comics talk shit about Austin and they bring up the homeless. I go, look out back, you dumbass.
yeah,
But either way, I think like Austin, the homeless shit's annoying. It's not like it doesn't make it completely dangerous to exist here. It's
yeah, yeah,
just it's annoying and sad. The thing like I've gathered about LA is that you're in the wrong place, it can be dangerous. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But like but I think if it gets to that level in Austin, I don't think the people in Austin have that like I don't think people in all like there's this weird like Stockholm syndrome that happens in like LA and New York because being there can be so much a part of your identity.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like you basically people from other states will have legitimate complaints about your city, and because it's like, it's that same thought process of like why you won't admit your favorite football team actually like sucks ass right now and they can't win the next past couple games because what the fuck is going on, Jalen? But no, realistically, it's why like sports fans, even when their team sucks ass, they'll go like, yeah, but, and they can't just say like, yeah, you're right. It's like there's this weird Stockholm syndrome that happens living in these fucking cities where you can't acknowledge the obvious fucking problem. So it literally turns living into New York or LA basically a process in not noticing obvious problems. And then there's also the big like, there's also part of it where it's like the government throws money at it and then it just gets worse. So there's a bigger, I hate to say the word conspiracy, but there's a bigger conspiracy where it's like, dude, I'm not kidding. I think they like that it happens. I think they like to, I like LA, whether it's intentional or just mismanagement, they're letting it happen. They're like, because it's not about not throwing money at it. They're letting it happen.
You know what I realized? That the census helps dictate what a state after it's like an update every 10 years or so, right? Isn't it 10 years? It's
every year.
The census is not every year.
Okay, all right, big census head over here.
But it's like I believe it's every handful or whatever years. I don't know exactly, but it's more of it. I didn't realize that affected how many seats you get, how many representatives, like how many essentially how many electoral votes also. So
it is every 10 years.
So it's counted. Like it doesn't matter. Like, cause you know how I'm saying, like, remember how they say like, oh, Biden's bussing in these motherfucker, these immigrants, and they're doing this, and they're just bringing a bunch of homeless people over here. Like, people are bussing, like, just people all over the U.S. and all this shit. And it's specifically because I was like, wait, they can't vote because they can't get voting cards because they're not legal. So like, how does that even work? What it does is the fact that they count as many people no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Apparently it's independent of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think they're allowed to use that data for immigration purposes. It's just purely to say how many
population
people are
size.
how many people are in the household, how many how many pets do you have? Like it's just they're just taking a reading of that stuff, but that actively affects how many electoral votes, seats on Senate, blah 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 blah, all that.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I'm like, wait, so that is how it does, because that's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. Is like, who the fuck cares? Homeless people aren't fucking voting. They don't fucking vote. That's not a thing of theirs, but they're still being counted towards that population. So like that's where you're like, oh, so that's, and where do you see it? In the big, so like New York City. The coast have some of the most power or influence or whatever, and in the middle of the country where there's, I guess they don't have homeless people. Is that what I'm to understand? Is like the middle of the country doesn't have homeless people or immigrants?
Well, they definitely have. They definitely have immigrants in some of those areas. No, yeah. Well, the problem is like in some of those areas, it's just way harder to be homeless. Like that's the thing, dude. I remember I was reading a book on it. I saw some like interviews on YouTube and shit, and like homeless people, they flat out say, they're like, oh yeah, a lot of us go to Portland because we know they'll give us stuff, or a lot of us go here because they like, it just gets around on the homeless wire that it's like, if you go here, you'll get shit. And it's like, and people just pretend that okay, like that's the whole key to the homeless crisis, is just pretending that things about it aren't obvious. And it's like, yes, you're a guy who wants to do drugs and live outside. You're gonna go to the city where they let that happen and then give you money.
Yeah.
But no, that is a real thing too with like that was a thing where it was crazy, where they were actively talking about how they called it like the browning of America, where they were happy that like a bunch of like immigrants were going to come in and change the voting pattern, and then just they realized that they were being too obvious about it, and people weren't chill about like, it's not even a thing of like, yo, fuck immigrants. It's just when you have these like, especially with like on the southern border, when you have this level where it's just like, it's like they're coming in an inorganic amount. Yeah. And you see people publicly bragging about like, yes, we're going to change voting demographics. And then they realized people were noticing that and weren't loving it. So now that shifted into be like, actually, that's the racist conspiracy theory, the great replacement theory. And it's like, you guys were literally just bragging about it. What are you talking about? And
it adds, like, it's, if it wasn't like a known thing, that it adds to, like, because that's the thing. I just didn't know that off the top, like off the top of my head or anything like that. But it's like census was the same way I treated like FCAT when I was in Florida when I was a kid.
What's
FCAT was their standardized testing that they brought in.
Okay.
They said for years and years. They said these are just practices. These don't count. These aren't going to be counted towards your grade, but we're just getting you prepared for the big test. And they were stupid scantrons that I just Christmas treed, and I just went and I was like, well, I'm not actually getting prepared for anything because none of these matter. Like if you made these matter, then I would care more about those, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's getting up to that point where you're like the standard is just kind of dropped. And that's what I'm saying of like learning something about the census was the same way of like, so this doesn't like really matter. And they're like, no, it does matter. This matters. This is to see how many police officers we need to have in this area. We need to see how many, in case of emergency, how many people we will need to evacuate. Like this is like kind of giving us a more accurate number of something like that. And I just kind of figure like, well, you know what I mean? Like it just, to me, it was like, oh, so in case something happens, and I never thought of it conspiratorially. I never thought like, oh, well, they just want to know how many people, they want to know what's going on in my house and they want to know how many exits I have or how many guns or blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, nope, I think not as many things are necessarily malicious, but it doesn't mean they can't be used for malicious purposes.
Yes.
So like I do have a pessimistic way to think about it, but I also go like, there's also manipulation happening, like you said, very clearly. And then you're like, what are you talking about? Shut up.
Shut up.
So by the time the census comes over, so however many homeless people or possible immigrants. So now Donald Trump going, well, now we're just going to go through and just kind of, comb through all of America to try to get rid of any illegal immigrants or people going through the process. It's like, well, I feel like that's an overcorrection.
Well, that's why I don't fault anyone for being like, yo, there's a lot of people here in this country illegally. That's crazy. But it's like that's what I was saying from the first day. I was like, they're not going to go about it in a good way. Cause I was saying, I go, brother, they're here. They're already like have communities and do all this stuff. I go, it'd be better spent assimilating them to be like, yo, let's get them all fucking propagandized into rah America, rah capitalism. Like you're just gonna
get them on the fucking take. Get them
on the goddamn teat. Get them on the goddamn teat, dude. Like help. Like I would say it would, but it's like no, we're just gonna. You just pooped your pants. It's like
homeless for immigrant program.
What?
Homeless for immigrant program. I'm pitching it right now. What we do is we keep if they're outside of a Home Depot, they're working. They're trying to work. So get them legal, right? And then match a homeless person that's just like, I want to go wiggy the baba doop. Take their social security number, give it to that immigrant, and then send the fucking immigrant back, or send the homeless person back.
Send the homeless guy to Mexico.
They don't have fucking records. They don't know who they're missing. They don't take censuses. So give it to them.
Homeless for immigrant. I love the program, Pat. Homeless for immigrants.
That's my platform. I'm running.
Oh, fuck,
when's the next voting time? Election. That's what it's called.
No. You're right the first time.
Don't quote this part.
You're right. No. You were right the first time.
Voting time.
Voting time. Ooh,
it's voting time.
Every 4 years, it's voting time.
4 years. You're right. What today's the 11th, so when's the next voting time?
No, man, I didn't realize that
Die Hard didn't let me finish my sentence.
it makes sense. It makes sense though. I don't know why I didn't like realize that, because it makes sense that they would count the homeless population to the consensus. I didn't realize that type of like. Now, you know what? It makes I just never thought about it. It makes complete sense that they would count that to the overall numbers of like, this is how many people we get into this and that.
Yeah. If they're criminals, if they're bad folks or whatever, yeah, sure, get them the fuck out of here. But if they're here to work, let's get them legit. And then we'll just, like I said, just steal the identity of one of them homeless guys that is like, I'm not using it. I think I'm a wizard. Yeah. So send him over to fucking Venezuela and be like, hey, not so cool, huh? You don't like it, do you?
Yeah.
We all kept the good ones.
This, by the way, is why, like, now, like, these comments are interesting to me, where it's like losing illegal immigrants doesn't cure losses to the American economy. I've heard estimations of $8 billion annually is spent by illegal immigrants in the American economy,
Yeah, that's
which
a lot of money.
but also too that like that argument's also funny to me. It's basically like saying, well, because it's like they're still illegal. You know what I mean? It's just like
in name only, like they're functioning. They're not like criminals. That's what I'm saying. Is like there's a difference between illegal and a criminal, in my opinion. So like technically, I live in this country illegally. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a citizen, but I do shit that's not allowed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I function daily in an illegal in my own little bubble.
no, I
But
hear
like
you.
because I have a social security card and all that stuff, like then I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but like, but I'm more saying in like a less like esoteric way, I guess, where it's just like, you know, it's basically saying like, well, they're using it better than you are. Like, why do you? It's like, well, no, they're here illegally. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know.
I guess so. It's like this is gonna sound
Because like I am
this
also
is gonna sound philosophical. I don't mean it to sound so crazy, but like it's like the same way we perceive time. Like you're an hour late, but if you're like, yeah, man, but like, fucking, what's an hour? You know, 60 minutes. What are minutes really? Seconds? Who invented seconds? Like, what is time? Like, how do you perceive time? How old do you feel? How many seconds do you feel? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, but like I can't.
But then you're like, he's here illegally, but like,
okay,
that's
it's like
because you perceive you acknowledge the rule of you got to have this special number and this special paper, and now you're allowed.
Sure, but that's more of just a process of like breaking down of like what actually is, because that's taking away the fact that it's like, no, these things just kind of naturally got set up to create
to make it better,
to make us able to like function. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like talking about their productivity to me isn't like an argument, because it's almost as par as like saying like a guy broke into my house and he's like, well, he makes coffee better with your coffee maker. And I go, well, no, he's not allowed here. This is my house. But you know, we're not talking about a house. We're talking about a country, and watching those ICE raid videos are really fucked up. So it's like,
yeah,
it's you know, I don't think it's as simple as just saying like, well, they're not allowed here, get them out. It's like, well, they're fucking here, and getting rid of them has come to be like this super fucking sad thing that honestly I don't think anyone actually likes. I know you can talk a big game and you go, they posted the ICE video with this fucking Creedence Clearwater Revival song underneath it, and that's badass. I go, no, I think all those break people's hearts, because like at least everyone has a little bit of humanity. So why not we make do with what we have and go, okay, they're here. What do we do to make you happy? Yeah. Make them as American as fuck as we can. That's
tax the fuck out of them.
To go, yes, steal their fucking money like you steal mine.
Yeah, they're like, that's what I'm saying. Make them pay into Social Security too. Make them pay into fucking the benefits that we also will never have. But like, that's what I'm saying. That's the fair thing.
Yes, make them pay into the corrupt system. Make them get their ass fucked as much as mine is.
And guess what? And I bet you they'll go, okay, it's still better than what I had, but I don't love this. We change something. And you're like, yes, now you're American. You want things to change because it sucks here. It sucks actually, but it is better than yours, but it just sucks here also.
It sucks, but I still wouldn't go anywhere else.
Yeah, and like
but no, honestly, dude, if we started, you know what they are, you were saying what they're going to say, what they're actually going to say is they're going to go, ay, no bueno.
No bueno.
No, oh, no. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I'm just, a lot of people who are annoyed with a lot of the immigration shit or the home, like even back to the homeless conversation. Honestly, it goes on par with the fucking like airplane shaming conversation we've had, where it's like, no, she doesn't have to feel like you may disagree with her. She doesn't have to feel like a fucking asshole. And all these people who are annoyed with homeless people, they don't have to feel like an asshole. And all these people who've lived in America this whole time, and they go like, man, these fucking Illuminati forces are really changing demographics and it's weird and blah, blah, blah. They don't have to feel like fucking assholes. That's like my main point. But here's the thing. They're here, and we need to figure out something that works, because shit's fucking gay now.
We obviously can coexist with them. It's not a fucking cesspool, you dumbasses. We have they're nice people. We're okay with them. I'm treat their criminals like you treat criminals. We have criminals here. Just same thing. It's all transferable. It's the thing where you're like, they're here.
Sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
What's even time, man?
Bro, the next one too. What's the next one? This says money and time. They're concepts.
These fucking concepts. And
you acknowledge them. You give them that power. That's the thing. Like literally, you're asking for, and this is the pedantic person in me of saying like you're saying like they need that special paper that says yep, and then you get the stamp, and they get like okay, we give you a number, and we have a card, and then there you go, and they go now you're legal. Like I get it. That's the law. That is literally the law. But if we just go like yeah, but they've been my neighbor for 12 years. I love Mrs. Sanchez. She's great. Like blah blah blah. It's like, what are you doing? She's legal. Shut the fuck up. Like I think if we do it the same way we do like common law immigration. Yeah. You've been here 10 years with no incidents? Yeah, you're fine.
Bro,
Stick
it's
around.
literally
here's your card.
It's literally a vibe check. That's all I care about.
Check.
It's a vibe.
That's what I'm saying.
Literally vibe check. And you walk out, like, and it's all relative. Like I was over.
Oh no, you've made my apartment complex smell incredible for fucking years. You gotta go.
It smells good, but the music's loud.
Yeah.
Bad vibe check. Bad vibe check. Violently deport him.
You guys get 3 cards. There's 4 people in this house. You decide who get them. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think we all ended up on the same issue. All the same solution. Like it's pretty common that this is a crazy overcorrection. Also, when they fuck up, now they are literally treating American actual citizens. I haven't seen a bunch of cases like this, but I did see a recent case of a citizen who looked Somali. I think they said that's the quote they used in the headline at least. And it's like this guy that's like, hey, I don't. Like, that was crazy. Why did you do that? Like, in the press conference, he's just like, this was a terrible experience. And he's like, we got to do something, guys. And it's like, oh, yeah. And it's not just because they did that to an American citizen. It's like, if that's how they're treating people, especially Mrs. Sanchez from fucking 2 doors down, it's like, bro, like, you got to understand. There's nuanced approaches to this, but there's also, like, human approaches. Walk up to somebody and go like, just go like, hey, can I have the thing? They're waiting outside of the courts and shit like that to be like, oh, and then the judge goes like, oh, we're gonna prolong this or whatever. It's not a closed case, but if they end that case with not getting guaranteed citizenship, then they end up going like, okay, cool. And they're like, it's like now you're just being lazy. It's like speed traps. You know what I mean? Like it's like fuck you guys. Don't hide, you fucking pieces of shit. You just hide behind a sign and you go, oh, gotcha. It's like, fuck off. That's not police work. You're tricking people.
That's literally police work.
Yeah, well,
most police work is rather than preventing crime. Most police work is tricking you into committing a crime and then like being like, now we got you. Because it's like,
let's see what else you got in here.
Bro, it's literally, it's the difference between like, I was hearing someone talk about it with like cops at New York City turnstiles. Cause that's, and they were like, these guys aren't a hardcore, man. No,
I like that. I like that top comment. Oh no, you made the best food I've ever had in my entire life. Get out of here, you animals.
Hey, as long as they believe in the free markets, I'll eat their food. Wait, no, what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is like the best representation of like what policing is. Where I was hearing someone talk about it with like the turnstiles in New York, because people are constantly trying to like jump them and not pay the fare. And I was hearing this dude who got caught for jumping the turnstile, and then he jumps it because he looks around. And he goes, "All right, coast is clear." Jumps the turnstile. Cop comes out from behind a wall and goes, "I gotcha." And it's like, yeah, they wait for the crime to happen. And in actuality, if you actually wanted to solve the jumping the turnstile problem, you would just have 2 cops in front of all the turnstiles. Yeah. Because like, you know what I mean? It's the same.
That's a very easy solution. You could put like a glass wall or just there's plenty of shit. I wanna it's pretty funny. I have a comment for this in the Moldy Toad. It's in response to Moldy Toad. He says, who is that? Satvin? Satphin? How do you pronounce
Saint. I think he pronounces it Saint Ivan. He
Saint
just took
Ivan?
out some vowels.
Yeah, my apartment neighbors fly the Mexican flag on their window. They have kids that they play with my son, but they don't speak English. Their kids were born here, but don't speak any English at all. Brother, go to Louisiana. There's plenty of white people that they don't speak English either. There's plenty of places in America that don't have terribly stupid accents and speak their own little language.
Sure,
It's
it
it's
is
I understand.
though. Nah,
I
but and I will say, sorry, I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, I understand that, like, I had Vietnamese neighbors that didn't speak English, but you're still able to communicate. It's not a thing where it's if they are here and they're functioning, not everybody has to fit. Like, I do understand there being a cohesive national language, but like, if does that mean that you are not allowed to visit or to live in any country that you don't speak the language?
No,
And I
I don't.
understand that
No, I don't think that's like a fair. No, it really just comes down to if you live in a country and you're not actively trying to learn the main language of it, you are a dickhead.
I mean, the kid's not actively learning. You know, through immersion, naturally that's going to happen. They're going to go to school. They're going to talk to other. They're going to get a job. They're going to talk to Americans. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think also we should also
But
distinguish.
have you never met like the full grown immigrant person that clearly has been here for like 30 years
Yeah,
and
I've
has
worked
not
with
one?
many of them. So many, like
Yeah.
Nee. There was a Vietnamese lady named Nee. She's Vietnamese, and she was in her 60s, I believe. Her and her husband met probably during the war, I believe, and like she moved over. I could not understand a fucking word she said, and she was speaking English. She was, and I had no idea what she was said. But I thought she was great. She was one of my favorite coworkers ever. We communicated often. I knew when she was mad. I knew when she was happy. I knew what she needed. We would laugh when I would go like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And she would go, "Oh, ha." She'd be like, and then because she knew that she could. I think that there is a point where like, not that you can't, but it's also like one of those things of like, if you are able to function that way, like until you experience somebody that like, if you can still pay bills again, if you're still paying taxes, if you're still able to fill out a W-2, like there are like, I don't think the barrier is as much as it's just frustrating to communicate with you. I've worked with so many different people that
Yeah.
that speak little to very no English. And
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't like. Yeah, obviously, I've been, brother. I've worked in kitchens and warehouses. I've many a time you try to figure out a happy medium.
yeah,
I'm just saying, like, if you move to a country, whatever it may be, if I moved to Japan and at no point made a concerted effort to like have a good like if I never made a concerted effort to like speak Japanese well, I was like, that's crazy to me. Like it's insane to me. It's like I'm
but
not
also
saying
you
that
don't know if
I'm
they're
not saying
not
they're
trying.
the well, if they're yeah, I'm yes, I get yeah, we can get overly technical about it and go like, oh, I don't know if they don't have like a fucking workbook at home. But no, I'm just saying broadly speaking, if you're not trying to fucking learn the language of the country you're in, that's like crazy behavior to me.
Yeah, again, there's I think a ton of assumptions happening in general, not just on our end, but also on St. Ivan's of like being like they're not even trying, they're not even doing this, they don't speak any. They just may not speak it to you. They may not feel confident in it. Think of how hard it would be to learn a different language. I don't move to a foreign country where the main language is Russian or Chinese or any of those things. I wouldn't do that. But it's also like, it doesn't mean that it's also because I know how stunted I am mentally and I know how hard it would be for
Well,
me to learn another language.
to
So if you just think about that, coming from one of those languages, trying to learn this language, it's still one of those things of like, to say that they're just not trying, they don't speak a lick of it or whatever it is. I'm sure in case of emergencies, they know important words, but it's like
uh,
not everybody has to fit that particular thing.
why
I
the
in my
well
opinion.
No, I hear you. And to be fair, though, you're also just making assumptions on the opposite end. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where it's like you're just taking whatever was said in the negative and
Not to,
going like, but what if they're actually trying, blah, blah, blah. So,
not to mention, we're taking another country's language and calling it our native language.
well, okay.
Like, like if you anything, start calling it fucking American,
But I
because
know,
it's not the
Pat,
same as English. We don't call
yeah,
it
but
lifts and biscuits and all this other shit. Like, we don't speak English. We don't speak the Queen's. We speak American. But
sure.
this country's native language was not that until we got here.
Okay, but there's
So,
a
so that's what I'm
language.
saying. It's like
There's a,
saying,
but I mean, you can have like this esoteric like extrapolation on everything, but it's like, no, there's a language you speak in each country, and I think if you move to said country for the benefits of that country, and you're not willing to adapt to that country, it's like, what are we doing here? It's the same as if you fucking leave California and you move to Austin and then you start voting for things that are why California got fucked up. You're a dickhead. It all goes back to catching the vibe. I'm just like, it's not to say you're a top to bottom shitty person. And okay, maybe you're trying. Like, I'm not talking about if you're actively trying to do that. I'm not talking to those people.
yeah.
It's someone who, if you move to a new area, just in any general sense, if I go, bro, it's the same as if I went over to your apartment and I just walked into the fridge and I just started grabbing a drink without asking. And then I went over to your couch and I put your feet up on the table. I'm saying if you're that type of person philosophically, it's like you're making it a bad time for everyone else. It's not a good way to be.
I just feel like I don't hold it as like, I'm not a guy that's like, this is what this has to be, this is what this has to be. I do understand the speaking in native language of a country, but even in places like China and stuff like that, like they don't speak one particular language. There's different dialects from place to place. So like even
Sure.
that is like a thing where like but that would be something like an accent from, like people in different part in the South may not speak the same type of English people in New Hampshire or Boston do. You know what I mean? So like I get it, but it's also like there are variations, and to say like it's a native language because it's the one that you speak and the one that was spoken the whole time you've lived here, that's one thing, but it's like it's there's different interpretations of it. And I understand that if people want to make sure that everybody fits into one particular group or box or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure most of the people in the chat probably wouldn't pass the citizenship test.
No. That's not really what I'm saying. I think you're adding like very strict confines on the things I'm saying. I think it's a thing of like, if you're not, it goes back to the vibe thing. It's like, if you're not catching the broad vibe of the like place you're going to, whatever. Again, if I'm going to fucking Chipotle screaming about why I can't have a hamburger, you know what I mean? It's like, if you're not catching the broad vibe of where you're going, it's just like, I don't know, you're kind of a dickhead. Like, you're kind of a dickhead. That's just, and I think it's the same thing. Any place you go to China, whatever their dialect is, if you're not trying to exist in a way where you catch the vibe to the best of your ability, you're kind of a dickhead.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I failed the citizenship test in 8th grade.
Well, but also, and that's another parameter too, where it's just like, the citizenship test is also retarded. So that's why I try to speak in like more general terms, because it's like, if you don't pass the citizenship test is not a barometer of if you're a good U.S. citizen, the same way as getting arrested for weed is not a barometer of if you're a violent criminal.
Right. Yeah. And that's the other thing, is like, criminal is a subjective term. Some people think that if you smoke weed, you should be locked up, and other people are like, well, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I feel the same way about language. Like, I feel the same way of like, I know ultimately, vibe wise, whether it be Google Translate or something else, I'm pretty sure I can communicate with people around me via technology or something like that. So it's not really, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I guess that I guess that's that to me. I understand that. That's very convenient having Google Translate, but I think like not being able to, like, I don't know. I think not being able to speak the local language at a moderate way is a pretty low bar, and
Yeah.
and just to me is just like an understood thing. And also too, it's like it's not that I'm not like I don't have a little bit of fucking. I don't know if I'm coming off as like this strict thing because it's not what I'm trying to portray at all. Because like, it's like if I go around here in Texas and go like, man, another fucking Mexican working here. Like, I'm obviously the dickhead. But then at the same time, if I'm going to a McDonald's and I hear the girl behind the counter saying my order back and I can't understand a thing she's saying, I go, that does seem like a lot, right?
Yeah.
that does seem crazy that the counter person or the drive-through person, I don't know a goddamn word she's saying. So
Yeah.
obviously I don't want this to come off like there's these strict parameters, because like for me it's never specific. It's always, it's never A or B. It's always this like ebb and flow in the middle, and that's how
Yeah.
you just figure things out. It's like you take in the data and you're always adjusting and stuff like that. I'm more saying about, it's the same thing. It's like, while coexist, and I believe in, like, I think coexisting is great because when you get a little bit of everyone's thing, you get to see who's got the coolest thing, and we keep doing that. But part of coexisting is being like letting in new shit, but also the other part of it coexisting is also understanding what shit you're becoming a part of and figuring out what's the most productive way you can be involved in that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you were speaking of barometers earlier, of like a good like barometer to go by, and I couldn't think of a better barometer to go by than for the person that I've upset most in the chat. Like, that's the best barometer. Like, the fact that it's him that's
He's
the most upset is the fact that, like, I think that's a good barometer that I'm on the right path.
Brother, he's not upset at all. He's
Isn't he not American also? He's not American, right?
Oh, he's a complete walking contradiction. Everything he's ever said bad about black people,
naturalized piece of shit.
But real quick, you are walking into his trap. This is what he does.
Yeah. There's a lot of. I'm not reading the comments. I mean, they're there. I don't. It's
Slav's not a walking contradiction.
Speak your native tongue, dummy.
Slav's not a walking contradiction. He is a tumbling contradiction.
Yeah,
like, literally,
he's
every
caricature contradiction.
every caricature he's ever made up about black people, he is to a T. So you let him have fun. If he starts typing out the N-word, you block him. That's really what it is.
Yeah, it's a funny, like, you were saying that you're like the barometer, and I'm like, I'm missing a lot here. Like, yeah, I'm not hitting it. Not everybody loves to take, but who hates it the most? Oh, that's a great barometer.
I gotta
if that little twat is fucking pissed off, great.
I really like what Moldy Toad says. I really like what Moldy Toad says. He's like, there shouldn't be coexisting in America. We should all, because that's my thing.
But we should make him naturalized like Slav, like just like how Slav did. You sneak into the country and then you take a test and then you feel like you can talk like we do. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing.
Say slurs just like we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
buddy. Go use your own.
Well, that's the thing. It really comes down to kind of what Toad says. Is like, mine's all about like being an American and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because I think America's based off of like individualism, and you get the freedom to pursue your own happiness and all this other shit. And it's like, I don't know, man. We sort of philosophically we set up a good vibe, and that's all I care about. I don't care about your fucking skin tone. I don't care about your fucking, I mean, I have said before, I think broadly speaking, if we came down on, picking one religion, it would probably functionally be better, but obviously there's always room to open up. That's more of just like, if we're just going down to the nitty gritty of just blah, 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 blah. But, people can't act right. You get a little religion to keep you on the straight and narrow. But either way, mine comes back to I just wish everyone was American. You know what I mean? And if you come over here and you're bringing in your un-American bullshit, dude, honestly, there's some Mexicans I would keep, and then there's some naturalized citizens I want to deport because they're commie scum. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like it's weird what makes you like nationalism nowadays is becoming so fucking subjective. It's like a thing of like it's your view of it, but it used to be like what does the nation believe? Well, the nation, I don't even think that people that are born in America, that were raised in America, that have been American their whole life, not naturalized, literally live here.
yeah,
Like if those are the people that are also disagreeing with other Americans, then you can't say that we have a full national like process, and we need to adjust it. We need to fucking. That's the thing is the fact that like I appreciate the Constitution just like the same way as like religion or anything like that. But
I'm not laughing at you. That's just such a great sentence. I appreciate the
I
Constitution.
do. It's like it.
No, but it's
the same
true.
way
It's
that-
just it's a great sentence.
but the same way that like I appreciate the existence or creation of religions is one of those things where you're like, yeah, sometimes people need that little, like let's no, these are the come on,
Yeah, they
little
need
little bumpers, yeah.
They'll be like, come back, and too far the other way. Now back.
Right. I am a centrist to the.
Oh,
to the
you took
T.
it too literally. Back.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, well, it's a.
I'm sorry. I just really love. Oh, back.
A little overcorrection over there. Yeah, no, we're not gonna kill him. We're not gonna kill him. We're not gonna kill him. We just got to make sure they're doing this. Yep. Right there.
You know what's funny? We're being funny, but actually, that is really the way people always look at life as this or that, and I go, nah. It really is just kind of like it's kind of like just stay here, and then occasionally you drift, and that's the thing. It's okay if you drift. Just get back.
Then you bump into it, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck am I doing?
Holy
this way. You know what I mean?
shit! I drifted far.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing of like it's a thing where I'm the kind of guy that is open to what?
Oh wait, sorry. That made me laugh really hard. Oh, too hot. Oh, too cold.
Yeah. You want it just right. You want to tip your dough in. You go, ooh, that's nice. And where you like, it's like, that's exactly what you want. You want it almost piss level of temperature where it's not boiling, but it's nice and warm. You know what I mean? It's like it can't be. It can't. Yeah, you're right. It can't be all or nothing. It can't be all this way. It can't be all that way. And if you have those parameters up, like you said, or just the little bumpers, you just got that little thing that's going to help keep everybody in that thing. But doesn't mean that you don't still have to have existence here and existence here. Like there are going to be far left, far right people, but where I think the sweet spot is right in between those is finding a fucking an existence in between those. So that doesn't mean it gotta speak this language or get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the time limit? How many times have you been doing Duolingo? Like, how good are you at multiple languages, you fuck? It's like, it's tough. You also have to work full time. You also have to build a house or fucking, you work multiple jobs. You got to, create your own home space. You got to make sure your kids are doing homework. Oh, and also go like, banana.
Can I be honest too about can I be honest?
Banana, right.
Can I be honest though, just about the specifically the speaking English, speaking Spanish thing?
Yeah.
There is also part of me that's just like I said, I've been in kitchens and warehouses my whole life, and I always just go like, I don't care that you all speak Spanish. You just never seem to try to like. We do a lot of effort to figure out what you're saying. Yeah. You never seem to figure out what we're saying. Like, I guess my whole thing is like, because it's like. It's been a thing since I'm just used to that. Maybe like older people or more old fashioned. I'm just used to the fact that it's like, yeah, a lot of people speak Spanish. I almost just wish we could live in a country where it's like more of a 50-50 split, but that's also just a minor thing that how do you truly gauge that? Like maybe I'm not completely right or whatever, but it's just always like, you know what it is too? It's kind of funny working at the valet stand. I do find it interesting where it illuminates where you'll see these people roll up in really nice cars and you'll go to talk to them and they don't know a lick of English. Yeah. And it really illuminates the fact that it's like, oh yeah, dude, there's a whole like, it makes you realize like we're in a much different country than I think a lot of people realize, where it's like there's a whole economy and spaces where people can exist without like adapting in any way. And I think that's the part which I completely get, because I feel it a little bit too, where it's like there is that part though where it's just like, oh yeah, you came over here and you're not wanting to even catch the vibe a little. That's interesting when you see that happen with some people.
Yeah,
But
I can
that's
see
a
that.
more of a minor.
I totally I agree
Yeah.
with that outlook of like you saying like well kind of you can kind of learn a little bit, but it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that they're not trying. As I guess is one of those things. If there's a lot
Bro,
of
if you're actually trying, like I used to work with this dude who could like he had a thick accent. He was really bad at speaking English, but he was telling me he's like yeah, I watch movies in English with subtitles so I can learn English. And I go, "Yeah, I love that guy. That guy rules."
Yeah,
He's also
and you're also taking the culture too. You're also going like, this is the shit they watch.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like, yo, there's a reason you came here because we're chilling. Chill with us.
That's what I'm saying. Is like no matter how much time they spend here, they're getting Americanized. Whether they like it or not, whether they're even trying or not. Immersion is real life, actual Americanization. So if I lived in fucking Colombia for however long, if I could, if I was allowed, you know what I mean? Or Venezuela, or
no, too big.
No, we have no food. No
We
food.
no food.
We
No
can't clean
food,
this.
Mr.
We can't clean you. You're too big.
No, Mr. Patrick, you eat all the food. No.
So like, yeah, if I was allowed in Japan and they didn't think I was gonna crush the city, you know what I mean? But like, it's still also there's plenty of times where like.
Here comes the pack.
all-you-can-eat sushi.
Do you have General Tso's?
but it doesn't even mean that I haven't gotten frustrated when I'm trying to communicate something important to somebody that doesn't speak great English or English at all.
Yeah.
Parking in New York City. Ask him a question. You know what? But guess what? Every time I got my car back, it's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Don't be so scared. You're scared, and that's okay. Or you're unhappy, and that's okay too. But that's just how it is sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to grow and learn.
I just wish more people would embrace the like, not the old school, because that's in my opinion where Trump fucked up with like make America great again. Because really what he meant was like good economy and positive vibes all around. But then people like, who understandably took it literally, they were like, well, great is subjective at times. Yeah. And that's really what I'm looking for is I just wanted to get back to good economy and positive vibes. You know what I mean? And like sort of embracing things that keep us there. And I don't think we're doing that. And I don't think we're going in that direction. And that's what I don't like. And hey, man, if I gotta learn your fucking I'm kidding. If I gotta pull out the translator app to have sound economics, I guess I'll do it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I think ultimately it doesn't. I'm gonna respect. I'm gonna respect the chat. You know what I mean? I understand that it's not the most popular take, but I also want to respect. I want to help reach across that the chasm we have here, right? Because we have it here.
No. This is also part of the trap. You
I won't acknowledge.
This is part
that
of the trap.
Person.
You try to be more mature and go, let's meet somewhere in the middle.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying.
He goes, I'm being gay no matter what.
I want to see it from his perspective, so I'm going to start ignoring the immigrants in the chat, and not actually acknowledge.
Well, wait. Do you want to deport? We could actively.
No. No, Andy. That's what I'm saying. That's why. That's the reach across.
Well, let's just put him in. We can put him in a cage for a little bit. You want to put him in a cage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can. We don't have to fully deport him, but we can put him in a cage. It's very fun.
Think of a new way to spell Slav, you fucking loser.
No. He's just in the cage for a minute. He's just being held for over. Yeah. He's just being held over the. No, I can literally put him in timeout so he can't spam the chat.
Take him out. Just take him out every once in a while. Just let him. Yeah. Now put him back.
Yeah. You gotta be careful though.
You gotta catch up. It's $1 on the fish string. You gotta be quicker than that. You want to say here?
It's just an N on a string. You're like, gotta be quicker than that to say the slur.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot they can't see the Twitch net chat.
Oh yeah, we're doubling up on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slav spazzing. It's fun though. It's fun watching it happen to someone else, and
Yeah.
then this is why I appreciate the trolls though. I've learned, and
It's views,
I'm a now-
brother. It's
I'm a
engagement.
now-
We got to 100. We got a thing that said, "Oh, you got to 100 things." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." That was most of that was hate speech.
it was funny though. Dude, honestly though, this is
From
why
Slav,
it's
by the way. That's
this is why it's good for us to pay attention to the audience, but also like ignore their needs at the same time. Because you notice like when the chat was lighting up, you notice like when the chat, like when we were trying to be like, let's have a positive conversation about mental health, they were like, yay, not talking. And then they were like, let's discuss getting these dirty immigrants out of here. The chat was like, let's fucking go. You just hear bam.
No, English. And I go, English is those gay guys over the seas. And you're like, no, they're not. It's American.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I really
love
do
you
love
guys.
everybody, including Slav. Everyone,
No,
I do. I
is-
appreciate the discourse and the expressed and all of the views expressed in the chat. Truly, I really do, because that's truly what America is.
This
We
is
have
what we're
people that are
doing.
Like, there's people that like I don't give a shit. Like Derek hasn't really piped in too much. Certain people don't fuck with this. They don't give a shit about it.
Oh,
And
yeah,
other
Derek-
people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I like
Derek
that.
hasn't piped up. 9/11 was an inside job. Buildings don't fall like that. Derek's
Come
like,
on in.
here.
Come on in. Chime in. You know what I mean? Like if Dick Stinkley is like, if we're talking merch, we know we got the chimers. If we're talking immigrants, we know we got the chimers. But like it's pretty consistent overall. I think a great representation of America is because I would assume we have some other ethnicities in the chat as well. I would hope.
Yeah, honestly,
Don't tell Slav.
honestly, Pat, more black people than you'd think.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's like,
we are the epitome of we're the white boys the black guys love.
mm,
I
Really?
think no. Well, because there's it's the type of black guy that creates that like, because you're not redhead, right?
I get called a ginger all the time. I think my beard comes off red.
Yeah,
on
it
camera.
does. I'm looking at it right now.
I
It
have
kind
brown
of
hair.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have brown hair, but you exist in you. I think you're applied to the like redheaded black dude coalition
Mhm.
because it's not every black dude, but like there's always this sect of black dudes that like really fuck with redheads and like the general ginger energy. And I
Mhm.
think that's the dudes. That's the black dudes who fuck with us on here. That they just go like, man, you remind me of that crazy white boy back in high school. Shit.
Yeah. Remember I told you my
She-
nickname in high school was Crazy White Boy, and I feel like that's literally.
Oh shit! I
yeah.
forgot. You gotta
was-
fucking.
I was the Crazy White Boy. A lot of Hulk Hogan fans on Twitch, huh? That's pretty funny.
Go. Fixed it for you.
Action Bronson vibes. What happened?
Look at your name. I fixed it for you.
Oh, Crazy White Boy. Yeah, exactly. And that's the Crazy White Boy. That's like, I mean, like I'm the kind of guy. Like, look, to be American, like there's a very clear box, right?
You're the kind of guy who will drive 2 hours home because you couldn't bring your knife into a bar.
Exactly. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But I'm
Funny-
going to carry a knife.
Funniest.
I'm not
funniest,
taking my knife off.
funniest story. I constantly forget that you did, and every time I remember, I go, "Pat's the best guy ever."
But
Just real quick, we were at this bar in Bethlehem, PA. We were all going to it. We were meeting up. I realized
it was
Pat
after
wasn't.
a show, wasn't it?
It was after a show we were all
Yeah.
on. I realized Pat wasn't there, and I go, "Where'd you go?" And he goes, "They wouldn't let me bring my knife in the bar." And I go, "You didn't just leave it in your car?" And he goes, "Nope, driving 2 hours home to Harrisburg." I go, "You're an amazing person. I love you so much.
I'm not gonna not stay ready.
I can't not have. I have to have my knife."
No, it's a thing. It's a pocket knife. It's meant to be in my pocket. It's not called a car knife. I got
It's
my
not
car
called-
knife.
It's not called a center console knife. It's not called.
It's not a hide it in my fucking glove box like a pussy. It's
Yeah, it's
called I
not.
hide it in my boot like a man.
Well, it is. I will say there is an argument where you go, "What's the point of a knife then?"
Yeah. What's the point of a concealed weapon if it can't conceal it? I mean, come on. Oh, so I'm gonna get into a fight, and then I'm gonna go all the way to my car. I'm gonna get my knife, and I'm gonna come all the way back. Or you want me to bring them to my car so we can fight there? No.
Let me bring my knife out to not bring my knife into the bar. Are you crazy? Where are we living? Mars?
But I will, but I will say that the fuck, what was the crazy white boy fact that I wanted to make?
You're a crazy white boy.
Oh no, that's the thing. Is to say the reason I think I am more opposed to the everybody has to speak English, that's the American way, and this is what Americans supposed to be, is because a lot of those same guys, and I'm not saying that is what the chat is doing by any means. That's not at all what I'm saying. It's just that a lot of those people also check off the same box of like, we gotta, fund the police, and we gotta make sure, and that's when I'm like, let's go back a little bit. I am still gonna completely always lie to the cops. And I think that's why we get the respect of the black guys of like, no, fuck authority overall. But like, I'm not also the anarchist that's throwing a Molotov cocktail. I'm just the guy that's like, I'm not really going to try too hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to uphold the American way because it's like one of those things of like, I don't agree with all of it. So like, there's certain parts that I don't like. I don't,
That's why I hate the
term.
Cops. Huh? That's why I hate the term anarchy. Because it's like I've learned about what anarchism is like from a philosophical and political standpoint, but it's just like the term. I wish there was a new term because I think I'm like on board with it, like 95 to 100%.
Yeah.
But it's just co-opted with the irony. The irony is it's co-opted with what all those like fucking Antifa people do.
Yeah.
Is they put on black mask and they throw Molotov cocktails into a fucking Starbucks.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
Hold on, I like that. What Moldy Toad? Got to get one of those hard resin knives so they aren't detectable. See?
Wow, you've just helped.
I love you guys. This is why I love you guys. Moldy Toad, I think, was probably not on my side for the immigrant talk. Totally fine with that. But that's a great idea, and I love the fact that you said that. Thank you so much. Do they make ones that click too? Like, is it like a pocket knife, or does it have to be like a sheath?
I was gonna say I just typed in hard resin knives and looks like you're gonna have to look for a retractable one.
Look at that. You know what I forgot? Look at this. Within arm's reach. I didn't even have to get up. Look at this. Got one right here. What's up? Tsunami. Yeah, look at that. I go, hey, you like music? Oh wait, there we go. Sorry. Tsunami.
Yeah. Are you mad about Matt Honeycutt's political opinion? I shouldn't do that on screen.
Yeah. We're like those two retarded guys that are like, you better not mess with us.
I don't know. What would you do? What would you do if we broke into your apartment and then it's just like video of dude getting raped? Bobby Beansack, what's up, brother?
What's up? We're talking about pocket knives. Actually, no, we're talking about a lot of other stuff.
Hell yeah.
For anarchy, I just think
sorry, Ricky Bobby's kids.
Anarchy. I don't know what that means, but I love it.
Slav actually had a funny comment too, where that was the funniest part too about them trying to get a bunch of illegal. It just shows how racist like the Democratic Party and leftism in general can be, where it'll be like, we'll just get a bunch of these. I don't know why I'm giving them that accent, but they're like, their plan is like, well, they're not white, so obviously they'll vote for us, and like, we'll just get a bunch of people who believe in family and Catholicism, and it's like, left-wing voters. You're like, no, dumbass. And they're like, why'd Trump get such a high Hispanic vote? Because he aligns with the bullshit he was saying aligns with his beliefs. And I say bullshit because I'm saying he's a liar, not that the beliefs are all bullshit. But yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, the things he lied about line up with their beliefs, and you guys just see Brown and go, don't vote for left-wing stuff.
Yeah, I think I think giving Lemaire with a sword energy. I feel,
well, I mean, that's why we spent one episode with those knives and never brought them out again.
No, I always got mine just in case. Just in case.
Yeah. All right, man. I think we did the damn thing. It was a great episode.
We went all over the place.
Went all over. Well, that's what I like. It's because I had like some topical stuff, but I wasn't feeling very topical today.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to have a broad convo with your bro. You want to go broad with the bro.
Yeah, broad of the bro, the bang, boogie, boogie. You know, that's what Kid Rock was talking about before he came weird and started shooting beer. He got to a point where I can't support Kid Rock, but only because of how weird he is. I still love the old stuff. I'm still who I am. I still love you. I love that we could talk baking, politics, accents, comments as always. You know what I mean? Like we're all over the place.
I love that through learning about my autism, I'm understanding people more, and I can have conversations like this, and then I don't have to obsess about them over the day of like, you got this wrong, and you got that wrong, and you got that. Living's just living, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
anyway.
And I appreciate everybody that is in general. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody that is on my side, that's not on my side. I love I think everyone has the right to have their bullshit opinions, because bullshit is also unfortunately subjective. And we have one more show this week. I'm loving this week.
That actually too. Sorry to prolong it longer, but that's actually that's a great observation that more people should have in life, where I think people don't appreciate how subjective a lot of things. There's like the best example. I remember watching this Vice documentary about, it was back when Vice went super hardcore, and it was Vice Guide to Travel, and they were in Africa, and there was this dude named General Butt Naked, and him and his boys, when they would go into battle, they'd like rip out a baby's heart and eat it, and they thought it would give them strength in battle. And those guys at no point contemplated if they were the bad guy. And I know that's an extreme example, but it just really highlights that, like, there's a guy out there eating baby hearts going
for the energy.
For the energy.
Not even for like, that's not even a religious thing. He's just going like, no, this is good for like health.
Yeah.
You know, like,
this has taurine in it. And yeah, there's a guy out there eating baby hearts going, no, you're weird.
Yeah.
And you need to like, and and it's like we're all doing much more sane mini versions of that all the time, and right and wrong is more.
General Butt Naked, that's what it was. Yeah,
General Butt Naked. Yes, it's dude. Go watch those old dude. They were so sick. They would go into North Korea and just bring a camera, and it's like you're literally like threatening your own life by having a camera.
Yeah,
the old Vices were so fucking good, dude. But yeah, it's people need to appreciate how. People need to appreciate the fact that in 100 years, everything you believe may be found out as wrong. And that's like very, very probable with a lot of us. So
I feel like there's a lot of sports shit. We've been talking about that a lot, and a lot of sports betting shit that's going to come up, but especially a lot of the disclosure shit. I think there's a breaking point coming. And like you said, eventually it's going to come down to where you're like, damn, the things that I was arguing for is kind of like one of those things of like, they weren't even doing it. You know what I mean? Like they weren't even working for that. It was nothing. It was not what it seems, but it's also like, but sometimes it might be. So like, you just got to learn to pivot, man. I think that's what America is just, it's a big old pivot.
You also got to learn too. You're like, it's like weird, man. You start, cause I think like the like bullshit American dream you're given is like about working to this big thing, which is important because you want to give yourself sort of this like long-term stability, but like it's not appreciated enough of like, because I think a lot of that too is also to sort of brainwash you into just being another cog in the machine. And it's like, it's not enough focus on like making sure your day to day is enjoyable, and that's why people focus way more on these like more abstract concepts, or not abstract in the sense that they're not important. It's just like you're thinking about it more as a concept than about like the people in front of you. And it's like
turn concepts or hypotheticals into reality. And
Yeah. And like
whole
that's
thing
what
is
you're
like,
talking about rather than dude, it goes back to
then
our
you start
comment.
referencing those things that you made up. You're like, yeah, and then it's like, and then you're at the gas station, and then that guy walks up to you, and you're like, did that actually happen, or is that a scenario you created that now you're referencing that?
That did happen. I was very scared.
But you know what I
No,
mean? Like,
but no, it literally goes back to like the comment section conversation we were having earlier, where it's like, yeah, you're arguing about these like ideas and these concepts laid out here, and not actually applying to what's physically in front of you. It's why, dude. It's why. God damn it, you and me are so good at talking and not ending podcasts.
I'm telling you. Well, here, I'll distract everybody.
All right, I'm done. I'm gonna have a good one, guys. No, but for real, dude, it's like it's the problem with, because it's not that it's like I like parts of screens. I like the fact that I have a GPS in my pocket. That's so fucking awesome. But it's like everything being screens, it's making us forget what's actually just like around us and what's real and things like that. We're all way too fucking in our heads and not worried about like what's in front of us. But to be fair, there are some sort of like esoteric things, or well, the government's not right in front of me and they're really affecting my life negatively. So it's like there is a point to having some of these conversations, but it's not all there on the screen.
Yeah.
Some of it's right here.
Right here.
And really, dude, you know what the end of this is? Because like really, I was working on a bunch of shit before we started, and then Steph walked in and she was looking good. And I just did that thing. You know that thing where you just lovingly sexually assault your wife? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She just walks up and you go, oh, I'm going to grab your ass and jiggle it.
I'm going to put my hand in you.
I'm just going to mosey on in. And I'm just standing there and I got a hand to cheek and I go, this is what it's about. What's right in front of you. And I said, can you touch it? Please, for the love of God, touch it. And she said, the cat's looking right at me. Please stop. Hell yeah. All right, man. We did the damn thing. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Be